Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now.
Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
Yes. And we got a lot of help down here today. It's very legendary, bro. It's the Dr. Greenthumb Show right here on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, and the home site, www.breal.tv. Hello, we got a packed table. Legendary. To my right, my man, the hitman, Julio G, back in the building.
I'm back, everybody. I was a little sick, but I'm back. I made it back today, man.
That's right.
Thanks for holding me down for sure.
We got the legendary Psycho Leezy.
Salute. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Word. Up in the treehouse, we got the treehouse crew, Bolted, Blah, 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 and the Dominator.
Yo, what up, B? We're doing good up here.
I know it. And we got my man, Mr. Tracy Eddie, a.k.a. Trace Noons.
Oh, man, back in my usual third base position. Julio, good to have you back.
Thank you, man.
They had me covering first base for you.
Thank you,
last
man. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I was gone for like 3 or 4 weeks, man. I was doing bad.
Good to have you back.
And we
Thank
got
you,
the Brosha himself, Sindar.
What's up, Holmes? In the house.
What's poppin', G?
Yeah.
Somebody was down here yesterday, was like, man, I need to get with said dog. Can't remember who it was.
Good luck.
Good luck. It's like he's in Nevada, man.
It wasn't the LA sheriff, was it?
No, he
speaking
didn't have a badge.
Today, how close, Sonny, did we get to getting pulled over driving in from Vegas today?
It's just something when I bring Tracy in the car.
Don't blame me.
When you bring a white guy with
Don't
you, it
blame
looks
me.
like you're up to no good. Is that what it
What
is?
do you mean? I'm the guy that...
Police look at us, get behind us 5-10
You got a
miles.
suspect white guy with you?
No,
Yeah.
I'm the guy
I
that
can
gets
dig
you
it.
out of the ticket. Oh, he's with a white guy. It's cool. That's what's going on. Yeah. See, they see him in the Vegas plates in the flashy little set of wheels. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
He's our pimp.
yeah. So they're gonna pull up on his bumper today. They was like NASCAR on our bumper, and they were running us. And I said, "Here we go. We're getting pulled over again." And but they didn't.
They seen a white guy in the car, decided, hey,
Thank
we're
Thank you.
Trace looks like a white pimp, though.
true that.
I don't know how to take that, Les, but thank you. All right.
One of them old school white pimps. Like,
You would have slapped
What
me.
would his hey Les? What would his pimp name be?
Oh, here we go.
he would definitely need like a cowboy hat. So like,
A cowboy hat.
Oh, let's see. What would that mean?
All right, let's move on.
Oh, man.
Call him White Kicks.
I've been called worse, that's for sure.
white lightning.
All right, moving
Quick
right
to slap
along.
a bitch, quick. Put the pimp slap down on a bitch, quick.
Julio G said that, okay? Julio G. All DMs and everything. Julio
Sorry
G.
about that.
Yeah.
White slap.
Yeah.
It's
funny you say that, though, 'cause
they call him Pimp and White Snake.
It's funny you say that.
And every time he pulls up in his pimp car, here I go again.
Oh, my God.
What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, man, it's funny because when I roll with my black friends, like they want to, hey, can you give me a ride a Compton? We gotta go get this part for this car. Like, oh, bro, it's just me and you in here, man. We got to be careful, man, because they see a Hispanic and one like thinking something up. That's what the cops think. They're like, okay, what are these two dudes up to? They do, right? They really do.
Some cops, they profile it like that. They see a black dude and a
Hispanic?
Latin guy in the car.
Some drugs
boom,
going on.
Out of here.
There's something going on.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
They
Yeah,
did
that
it
ain't
to
right.
Senny and I the last time we got pulled over last month, driving through Beverly Hills. Sen goes, oh, I know the cut's through here. I can get through here. And so we're driving through this neighborhood that we had no business being in. And sure enough, right at an intersection, there they are.
It's because the cops saw me twice.
Yeah.
So he saw me going this way, and then he turned and went that way.
He's up to no good.
I turned and then we came across each other again. So any good cop will be like,
We're face to face.
He's going north and south.
Yeah. So we take off. They get behind us. Hit us with the lights.
They got plate readers in Beverly Hills. The whole Beverly Hills is
yeah.
yeah.
plate.
And that car I had that day belonged to my uncle from Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's why.
It Las Vegas, and it read maybe his age, too, was an elderly man, you know.
Yeah.
They thought you stole someone's car, baby. You a car thief.
As soon as they get pulled over, the one guy comes to talk to Trace and goes, what are you guys doing here? And Trace says, we're going to rehearsal or something like that. Rehearsal for what? He's like, oh, for Cypress Hill. So immediately that broke the tension.
That's great.
And the other one guy told the other guy, hey, man, these dudes are cool.
See, there would have been a big difference if you referenced Cypress Hill. You're Cypress Hill, okay, but since the white guy said it, oh, really? You got to send dog in the car.
But I did not name drop it. And how it went down verbatim was we were actually on our way to the studio for rehearsals, and he said, with a band? I said, yes. Didn't drop no names or nothing like that. And he said, maybe something I've heard of? And I said, Cypress Hill. We had all our bags in the back. And
Never heard of him.
And he knows. This is the wild part. On my life, you can ask Senny. He looks down, looks at Sen, and goes, you mean like insane in the membrane, Cypress Hill? On my kids. That's what he said to us.
Right?
And it instantly was all good at that point moving forward.
A fair share of police officers used to be football players in high school, basketball players, baseball players, sports, right? In their locker rooms, they were playing certain hip-hop joints.
Sure.
Ours was amongst them.
Yeah.
So there'd probably be a lot of law enforcement officers out there that grew up to Cypress Hill, Wu-Tang, Onyx, Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Like all that. It surprised people.
It immediately took all the tension off of the being pulled over. And
thank God for that, huh?
And them approaching us in their jobly manner. You know, it became more like, oh, hey, you know.
And once again, just like when the cops pull you over, like if you want to instantly go on the defense, that whole thing could have went a whole nother way.
Yes.
Be cool with them. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be cool.
Like, I'm not saying wrap your lips around their ass. Don't kiss nobody's ass, but be respectful. You know, the guy's doing his job. Treat it like that. Don't be a dick. Because if you want to go the dick route, trust me, they're going to go dick route.
There's times you could be a dick and times you should, like, just be cool.
Thank you.
I got homies that's what they do. And they just, what?
Oh,
I be
see?
like, bruh.
What? Yeah.
Chill out, man. Let me talk to him, dog. Don't start with all that. But I'm going to tell you what happens with the cops, especially in the hood, is that they'll try to get you. They'll do little things. You got to be ready
stir you up,
to stir you up. And I already knew that. I call it it's a head game. So it's like I've already been used to that. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, they're going to do, you know, there's always going to be the good cop and then the other dude. And so one's going to be cool and then the other dude's going to be like, hey, what's up with these windows? Roll them up. Let me see the tinted. Oh, bro, they're not tinted, man. You know, it's like, but you got to be cool because any little thing. Oh, man.
When I know I'm super clean and they pulled me over for nothing, I'd be a dick to them for sure. Every time. I did that for a time. Like if I knew like there was nothing in the car, not a weapon, not a like a speck of weed, and they pulled me over some bullshit, I would definitely be on them. Like, what's up? Why you pull me over for? What?
How did that end? How did that go for you?
They'd end up letting me go sometimes and not even writing me up. You know, but the times where I knew I was wrong, I was very respectful. Like, you know what? Sure. My bad on that. I didn't even.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Can I give you some weed, sir? To make you feel better about what I just did.
I've been lucky, though. I haven't had no problems like that, like, you know, growing up. But I've been messed with a few times. But I just, like I said, like you said, I just talk. I just know how to talk. I don't let my emotions get the best of me. I just what's the situation, and I've been caught with stuff, and I was cool about it, and they were cool about it. Like, you know what, man, take that home. I'll see you again.
Yeah, I've had some cool ones. No,
I've had two or three cool ones,
yeah.
man. Yeah, that let me slide because they caught me with something, and they were like, "Look, take that home. I'll catch your ass again with this. You're going to jail." All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Good looking out. But luckily, it was one of those things like Sindar was talking about. I used to have my like photos of my jock photos in the car on purpose. So when they would search it, they'd be like, "Oh, you Julio G?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Julio G, man." "Oh, okay, man." So they would change the situation.
How about this? If you were a West Coast rapper, and this was something that was talked about in like, probably mid-90s, it behooved you if you had a record out, right, and you were from LA and you were a West Coast rapper, it behooved you to have your cassette, CD, or vinyl in the car at all times, especially if you were from the hood. That way, like when they pulled you over, you could show, hey, look, I make records. I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not this, that. Don't profile me. Right. This is who I am. And that sometimes saved your ass from the business right there.
It would kind of legitimize
It's like your second ID.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's like if that, what do you do for a living? Because when you look a certain way and you look papered up and stuff, what do? They think you're a drug dealer.
Drug dealer.
Right? I make records.
Sure you do.
But what records did you make? And then that's when you whip out that CD or that vinyl and be like, here, boom, here's a promo. Take it, listen to it. And then they can eat their shit right there, and then they could figure out what they're going to fine you with because they've made themselves look like fools for profiling you. But a lot of us had to do that. I would carry a stack in the back. You know what I mean? Just so, like, if they ever pop the trunk, boom, Cypress Hill CDs all over the place.
For sure.
You just found a stash
once they
of Cypress CDs.
Once they find out you hip hop, they easier though on you.
Well, these days, yes. Back then, they were not easy on you because all they could think is NWA.
Yeah.
Depending on the cop,
Depends,
Depending on the cop. Hey, let me tell you what, and Sendog was there. He could tell you this. We had just had a studio session at Muggs's when we were still doing stuff at his apartment in Hollywood, right? And these guys dropped me off in my apartment in Gardena when I lived out there for the short time, right? And we get pulled over right in front of my apartment building. And, they're like asking what we're doing here. Oh, we're dropping him off. He lives here. All right, get out of the car. So they give us the business because they see a Latin guy with a supposed black guy. And there was a white guy in Muggs. He's not white, but
that's for sure.
So they pull us all out the car. We're sitting there on the curb, and they got my notepad, right? And my notepad on the first page was, this pig harassed the whole neighborhood. This pig worked at the station. This pig, he killed my homeboy, so that fucking pig went on a vacation, right? And I could see him reading the lyrics to his boy over there. Oh, man, and he that was what got us out of whatever else was going to come because we told him we just come from the studio. He said, so you guys are rappers, huh? And then he sees my notepad and sees that and he goes, hey, remember this pig let you off.
Wow.
Remember that, Sen?
Yeah. He started reading and then he called his, hey, partner, come here. They both start reading it. And I'm thinking like, oh boy, because I know what's on that paper.
Here we
and
go.
Gardena PD don't play, bro. They press you in Gardena. Bro.
They thought it was amusing.
That's funny. Bro.
They chuckled. Yeah. They let us go. They let these guys go. I went into the apartment, and they let these guys go. And about 2 days later, they saw me coming off the bus off of Crenshaw right there in front of El Camino College. And they came and hemmed me up because they realized when they got me there, they didn't run my name fully. They found out I had like 6 warrants. Took me to jail 2 nights later.
Damn.
Those same cops right there.
Doing their job, man.
It's a game of cat and mouse.
To do, bro.
I was up there floating around in the county and other places for like 3.5 weeks serving all them warrants.
Damn, bro.
We were fast kids, Julio.
No, I remember, man. I remember that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what about, we were talking about off the air, we were talking about, what about those ones, we We're talking about the airport.
Oh man,
You guys see the security? The TSA was taking people's stuff out of their bag.
Oh yeah,
it's taking the
those
weed
guys. Hey,
out of
those
their
guys
bags.
were blatant, especially
Yeah.
the one guy.
And they're on camera. I was like, bro, you gotta
Yeah.
be better than that, bro. You
How
gotta
do you
be
know you're
smarter.
not? Like, how do you not? You work there.
Yeah,
You
they're-
know where the cameras are.
Yeah.
Well, they knew that was like an artery from California into Atlanta.
So they're gonna get weed, money, gold.
So they're seeing these boxes and they're just profiling
No,
the boxes.
This ain't even boxes. Look, this is carry on.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that, bro.
This is carry on. This is not boxes on.
Damn, bro, look at that. Boom.
Merry Christmas.
Let me tell you a story that happened to me on tour with
Wow.
Cypress. We played in Peru, right? And we had one of our guys. I used to tell him, "Hey man, don't ever put the mixer, take it on board with you, because I already had my bags. Hey man, carry the mixer on. Don't ever put it under." So we go to Peru, play this show. The next day we're playing in Chile. So it was I was setting up during the day. It was like a festival thing. So I pull out the mixer, and Kenji was with me because he used to help me set up. So as I'm setting up the mixer and the turntables and everything, something didn't look right about the mixer. I don't know, just because I do it every day, I was just about this. But I kept on putting stuff together. And when I picked up the mixer to plug in the things, it had like a sticker. I was like, I didn't put that sticker on there. So I'm thinking, maybe Kenji put the sticker. I don't know. But then I noticed that the screws weren't all put in correctly, and that's what made me pay more attention. It looked like some were crooked, and I'm like, damn. Okay. So then I look at hey, Kenji, did you take this apart? No, bro, I haven't touched this. So so this is what they done to me in Peru. This is just for you guys that travel. This is what they done. The mixer must have came through. They had another mixer. They unscrewed my top, put the old mixer and screwed it back in and gave me that, and they kept this whole mixer, the brand new one. That's how they got me, bro. I was like, damn, these people in Peru ain't no joke, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's just for people that travel. If you're traveling with equipment and stuff like that, you go to certain countries, you got to bring that on the plane with you, man.
I don't know if you remember this, but we were going from Long Beach to New York on JetBlue one time, and we just got these brand new turntables, new anvils, everything. When we got to New York, they were demolished, like a forklift had went through the cases. Do you remember that?
Oh, no, I remember that, no.
Yeah, and JetBlue would not pay for it.
Damn.
And it was JetBlue that did it.
Wow.
See, Julio, you're talking about TSA. Now that I see the film, you're talking about guys just going through your bags like that at pre-check and carry-on. I thought you were referring to what went down in L.A. last week, that the folks at a couple of different airlines were picking up packs of
no, I didn't hear that
cannabis. Yeah, in Atlanta, 2 people for 4 years. There's been an investigation going on that there was a link between these people in Atlanta airport. They were watching these addresses coming in bags from California, and they were profiling these bags. They had somebody in the X-ray department opening these bags, seeing they were stuffed with weed, and these guys were picking up 10-packs. Snatching 10-packs.
Get out of here.
It's been going on for 4 years.
Damn.
They were coming up.
Yeah,
Wow.
so they've been watching this, and it linked up into New York City and down into Miami.
Damn, I didn't know that, bro. I didn't even hear about
Yeah,
that.
they were profiling all these packs coming in from the West Coast, and they were, X-raying them, seeing what was in them, and sure enough,
And what are you going to say? You can't call up there and go, hey, man, where's my weed at?
Thank you. Is that exactly? Where's my bag? No, you're not. No.
No, bro, it's over.
Nope.
That's all.
I actually worked at the airport at TSA
Tell us, Send-Dog.
Of course you did.
100 years ago.
Tell us how it's done.
And back in those days, I mean, it was a simpler game. But anyways, if anybody that came through and had weed or any kind of hash or anything on them, I would just tell them, have a good flight, sir. I wouldn't report it or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Just let him slide
I wouldn't
through, huh?
report anything. I caught people coming through with blow and stuff, and I was like, yeah,
Handle
for your
it.
vacation. See you later.
Damn.
They would be surprised, like, oh, my, thank you. Yeah, take off.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
I was young. I didn't care.
Yeah, you gotta really be a D to like pull somebody over for some weed or a little, just go, man.
Just go. Just get out of here.
These days, yeah.
It's your lucky day.
I mean, back in the day when they were, it was a no-no. Yeah, of course they were going to be like that. But these days, That they wasted people's
Yeah,
time.
they're not
with
tripping on
that
the
shit.
weed that tough no more.
They'll take the weed before they
Yeah, just
bust
like
you.
that.
Just gonna take it. Now we're gonna snatch this
remember-
up. You don't need this. You live in California. You can get this
Yeah, you can get this all
anytime.
day.
Remember back in the 90s or something, we would get on the airplane with like a ounce or two right in your pocket.
Yep.
Like, just walk right through.
Right through, huh?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Like, get on
You
the plane,
remember, Julio?
stank
You
up.
were with us
I've
on
seen
a
this guy
couple.
do. I've seen this guy do things that are just I've never seen. Mind blowing, bro. This guy right here. This guy has the poker face, bro. Poker faces. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't bother. Doesn't. It could be loud as hell. Nothing's happening, bro. It's crazy. I've seen B-roll do some things, bro. Especially when I jump in the van. We jump in the van at the next where we just landed. Jump in the van, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, you just smell it. Damn, this guy brought, man, B-roll, you brought weed. Thank you, bro. We be happy as hell, man.
Loud.
I mean, somebody had to do it.
Yeah, somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it.
I stopped asking questions.
Yeah, me too. I didn't even ask.
It's
him.
better if you don't.
Yeah,
And it's
man.
not easy getting around the world, literally around the world, and keeping your smoke.
And fortunately,
In
we
order.
don't have to now
Right.
because like there's like in everywhere we go, Julio, you'd be surprised that you don't even need to take your weed anymore. As it's just so much fire out there now. I mean, around the States, you'll do that because you ain't gonna trust what they got over here, over there. But like, if you didn't want to take the chance, these days you ain't got to. There's fire, there's
Everywhere.
gas everywhere. Like on this last European trip we went on, I mean, there was pretty much gas everywhere. There was
Really?
one boof bag out of how many
Right.
that we got.
Wow.
I mean, it was amazing. Like when we were in Paris, I mean, we met up with a cat that was, definite connoisseur out there, but the flavors were just unbelievable.
Wow.
Like, and I mean, in comparison to California, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the cat's out the bag. That's all. There's no other way around it. The cat
Yeah,
is
but-
out the bag.
But
And
you still taking a chance by going without it. You know?
Oh, yeah,
you don't know if they're gonna
not
have
if you make the calls first,
Yeah.
and you know that who you're talking to is reliable. Like the people that we call, like we've been calling them for years,
sure.
and they know that they're connoisseurs. They know what the gas is. You are taking a chance if you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna go out there to
Yes.
look around and hope.
Yeah, like your average, tourist.
I mean, Les,
But I'll
you're-
tell you what, though, like it's easier to find even for tourists if you go to the right shops these days. Like they're all right there.
definitely.
Not everywhere, obviously, but I'm just saying.
Usually when we do sound check, there's always somebody Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, this guy. I'll call somebody or whatever.
The one thing that's always shady is if you want to try to trust the promoter with getting the weed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The weed, the promoter will always get you the most generic,
Dirt.
cheapest weed ever. It's like, man, look, I know you tried, and I don't know who put the faith in you, but that's not your gig.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
thought
saying?
one of the better weed promoter, I'll use the term hosts, was the show you guys just did in Chicago. That outdoor.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Right. That's what I'm getting at.
That's
but
a
as far as a green room.
Well, because that gig is a cannabis based gig, so that really
Right.
doesn't count. It's like when we're out in Europe and we're doing gigs, and someone might say, "Hey, can we find some weed for these guys?" Even though we probably don't need it, someone will always ask the promoter, and the promoter will, bring some generic version of some weed down there. And, because they don't know better. Because maybe they don't smoke. If the promoter ain't a connoisseur, you should not put it in his hands to get it for
Right.
you.
Speaking of weed, man, congratulations on a new opening, man.
Thank you, sir.
West LA, huh?
Yes.
Where's it at exactly, though?
It's 12235 Wilshire Boulevard, just like a couple blocks west of the 405.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that spot.
It's a nice spot.
Nice spot.
Nice and open,
Yeah.
and we got
Grand opening looked like it was quite a party.
Yeah, it looked nice, man.
Yeah, it looked
Yeah,
like
it was good, man.
And you got everything on that block. Like another store after that, you got the bar right there popping.
Yeah, it's good traffic on Wilshire, no matter where you are.
Oh
on
yeah,
Wilshire,
there's always busy over there.
It's definitely a dope location, man. Salute to the staff.
Yep.
And the
You
partners
need
down
you
there.
need to get the they're giving licenses for the what do you
smoke
call it?
lounges.
Smoke lounges,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we need to get that. We need
Yeah.
to rack one of those
Hell
for
yeah.
sure. There goes Psycho Leezy in the house right there.
Yeah, nah, it was a
There it
dope
is.
spot, man.
That's nice,
And
man.
you got the smoke out in the back, the lounge.
Yeah, that's nice, bro.
Yeah, it was a good turnout. There goes Cali Blaze. There goes the lights out right there.
That's Cali Blaze right there?
Yeah, that was Cali Blaze stuff. Then there goes the butter we put out with Big Pete's. That's doing really well right now.
What does that be? That's like a
Can of butter.
can of butter. Huh?
You want to bake, you want to cook, you want to do
man,
these
that's
things. Infusion style, boom.
Crazy. You got Cheech Marin too in there.
That's right. He came through. He's got a new product called Chicheladas.
Really?
Yeah. So he was in there promoting those
That's
and
tight.
coming to support.
That's dope, man. That must be cool to have those guys, man. Because it's like I know you guys grew up on those guys. That must be.
Yeah, it's a trip.
That's trippy, man.
It's for me. It's like the same. Okay, like rocking with Cheech in a situation like that was the equivalent of rocking with Chuck D.
Yeah.
Prophets of Rage.
For sure, for sure.
People I grew up with that I got to rock with.
For sure.
Like that's just nuts.
Yeah, that's just really dope, man.
Yeah, because it's not something you would think that would happen.
Yeah.
Like we didn't like when we were coming up. Yeah, we were referencing Cheech and Chong and all that stuff, because we grew up off of it. But did we think we'd meet them and become friends and
yeah.
work with them? Hell no, we didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was an extra. Same thing with Public Enemy. We worshipped Public Enemy practically, man. We loved them. And then to, meet them and do shows with them and then eventually be in a group with my bro, like
That's dope, man.
who
That's
could
hella
call
dope.
that?
I know, that's hella dope. That's because you guys stayed in the game, man. You know what I mean? You guys.
I used
guys,
to imitate Cheech, like even down to the way he dressed.
Really?
A long time ago.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys like stayed in the game. A lot of people like thugged it out. You know what I mean? There was a time where it could have just,
Yeah.
But you kept going. And there's a lot of artists that I know they look back on it now. It's like, damn, I should
They
have
turned
put in
it
some
off.
more work. I just should have put in a little more work.
Yeah.
That internet was gonna come one day, and then
And propel.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To see Nas still dropping records right now and still doing incredible, and seeing 50 Cent just doing incredible.
Yeah, he had a
tour that
nice
he did.
run.
Oh,
yeah.
he had a really good tour, man. He sold
Busta
a lot
Rhymes
of tickets.
was
Yeah,
with him,
Busta
yeah.
Rhymes, you know what I mean? And Cypress is out there still doing it.
It's funny to see who's selling out these arenas and stadiums, who these acts are. It's not today's rappers.
No,
It's
not.
really not. I mean, there's a few of them, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
the majority, I mean, all those names you just listed are all out right now on the road filling stadiums and arenas.
But they got classic songs, I think that
For sure.
I think that people underestimate that, and people always keep thinking you have to be the new. But there's a lot of people that they want to experience those songs because they grew up on them with their parents, and you know what I mean, and they just know those songs. They've heard them so many times, you know what I mean. So it's really cool to see that, you know what I mean. And I think that has a lot to do with the internet. Whoever grew with the internet, you see Snoop or you see 50, you see B-Real TV. Whoever grew with the internet ended up growing in. You know what I mean? Keeping themselves out there.
I'm
very
kind of in
relevant.
tune with Cypress's audience, and it's interesting to see what's happening right now. It's becoming not just second generation, third generation Cypress Hill fans. The little kids that are coming out, and it's the parents of our generation that want to bring their kids to witness this history.
Yeah, for sure.
So when that's talked about, they want them to witness it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I see that
Yeah,
more
that was a
and
trip.
more.
That was a trip seeing people bringing their kids. And when we were doing the meet and greets, some of the fathers were showing up with their sons. I'm bringing my boy to his first Cypress Hill concert. And, some families came even, you know what I mean? Like bringing their young kids. I'm like, God damn.
One of my favorite stories was at a meet and greet, B, like you're saying, it was a father and son duo, except that he explained to you, B, you'll remember, the story was that he had to sneak out to go see Cypress Hill perform, and he didn't want his son to have to do that, so he took his son to his first Cypress Hill, and he had the tickets, so they had their tickets each of their first Cypress Hill concert. So it's that generational
really good,
thing
man.
that you're starting to see.
If your parent brought you to see a Cypress Hill show, you better be thinking your parent is cool as fuck.
Yeah, you got some cool parents.
Your parent is taking you to see the blown out show where, the songs are aggressive and we're smoking lots of weed on stage. I mean,
Imagine
that's
that.
pretty open. That's pretty open. Like
And you
my father would never have allowed some shit
I know.
like that. Are you kidding me? You're going to see who?
Hell, you're not. Nah, it's always cool because you remember your first shows. You know what I mean? It's always like I remember my first concert I went. You know what I mean? That's something you never forget. The first
What was
time.
your first concert, Julio?
First concert I went to was Rick James headlining Zap. This is before he was Roger.
Damn.
And the Gap Band at the Forum.
Oh,
Incredible
I
show.
already know. Like Sen Dog's mom wouldn't have appreciated him going to one of our shows if he was a kid.
Nah.
She'd be like, "Where are you going?"
My mom's too. My mom's would be like, hey, yo, you ain't going to that.
She went to one show and saw the whole thing.
It's different. You're in the group,
Yeah.
but I'm saying if you were just a fan of this thing called Cypress Hill, she would have shit on you for going, boy.
You want $20 for what?
Yeah.
I mean, not shit on you in the sense of like the way that
she would have prayed for his forgiveness for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I actually growing up, I did have a Cypress Hill. It was a Cheech and Chong.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
she would get pissed if I wore the
Of
shirt
course.
or
Yeah.
watched the movie or talked to my friends about it or something. She would just get mad. And, you know what I mean? But eventually, she got to eventually understand, what it is that we've done for the culture and how important the culture is, not just to the human, but to the world and all that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I get it now. I understand it. And, at the Hollywood Walk of Fame, that's where it all hit her. Like, oh, wow, okay, I get it now.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's not more. It's just it ain't a thing about getting high, or it's a culture.
Yeah.
I was happy that she saw that.
Yo, Sin, did your moms think Be Real was the bad friend?
No,
He was older. He had
No.
to be the bad friend.
I was the.
I had
bad
a lot of my friends' moms always. They didn't like me, and
Hey, this guy's the corruptor right
I'm the bad
here.
guy. I'm like, little do you know who's the real bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the early bad habits that we all had mostly came from me.
Yeah. Owned it.
Because I mean, I was a good kid up until 9th grade, and then
And I didn't know him then. I was like,
Oh.
Wow.
So when I met B, I don't know if he had got high or not before, but I was like, he's gonna get high today. That's what we do on this block. And then Mello was out there doing his own thing, and I won't take the credit for that because I wasn't the first guy to get him stoned, but
Yeah.
somebody else did, and they did it wrong. So, anyways, but yeah, I was always in the trouble section of the store. You know what I mean? Like, see what could happen. And I met friends that were definitely, already trouble. So, and then B was always down with the crew. Wherever the crew went, we all went. He was always there with us. So he's gonna get high, and whatever else we did, we all did. That was the days. of
Y'all did a lot of things, bro.
we did many
Yeah.
things.
Y'all did a lot.
dangerous things.
Y'all did a lot. Y'all just wasn't
Yeah.
smoking weed, bro.
No,
Y'all did a lot
no,
of
no.
stuff, bro.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a whole nother chapter of the book, though. That's,
For real,
yeah,
bro. For real.
yeah. If Julio could
I
tell
used to
it.
see it. I used to be like, damn, bro. I don't do all that, man. I'm from Linwood and everything, but I can't fade that, bro. I'm good. That's a little part of my league right
Yeah, we
there.
used to party on yeah.
Oh,
the
that block,
party.
that block could talk, bro.
The
Cypress
block
Avenue
could
could talk. Ooh, man, bro. So much.
Some of the days were just crazy.
Make a list of all the things I've gotten high off of, and
The acid trips and the mushroom trips and
man.
Yeah.
some of the other stuff.
others.
Those others, bro.
Oh man,
Oh, man,
Viva
good
Southgate.
it was running wild, boy.
times. Yeah, man, yeah, that's right.
This day in 1989, Big Daddy Kane released "It's a Big Daddy Thing."
Change the game.
Changed the game.
For
Big
sure.
Daddy thing.
He had one of the most dopest rap styles to come out like that. Like really changed like how a cadence works in rap. Like and just in the way he was putting his phrases together. Him and Rakim.
And then he would do the.
What was the hit on that album?
What was the hit on that album?
Oh, is this the first album? This is the second album, right? Second. I want to say, was this I Get the Job Done?
Get the job.
Or is it Smooth
might have been-
Operator?
And no, that might have been Smooth Operator on that album
Maybe,
too.
yeah. I think it
Yeah.
was that one. Move Operator.
I mean, it was a smoother song, but he still had dope cuts.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah.
his whole his style was just crazy.
He was like what an analogy, right? Or not an analogy, but like he was like what Jay-Z is right now back then. He wasn't making the money Jay-Z's making, but I'm saying in terms of popularity and who they look to as one of the guys that he had it going on. He had opportunities
you had to listen
coming
to
out
him.
the you had to listen to
him,
Big
bro.
Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
He was, one of the first to be bringing that stylish, like
The look, but
The
it's
look.
the rap stuff is what I like about him. He was just like
He brought the game. Like Jay-Z, all of his stories were about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what Big Daddy Kane was too. He was, and he was a good storyteller.
Yeah.
Like
Great.
the video and movies were playing in your head as he was doing a lyric.
And the other thing too that Big Daddy Kane brought that some of the others in his time didn't was he brought that James Brown, Jackie Wilson frontman type of thing where he would actually dance with his dancers.
Right.
Yeah.
And he brought
Like
that
they would-
too.
they
That was
would-
another thing. The Scoop and Scrap Lover was just great to watch on stage, man. They were all great.
Yeah, he would bust out in routines with them.
Yeah. Dope too, man.
And that was dope.
So dope. He would do that so dope.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of songs that he would do because he would do the he started kind of that he had these different patterns that nobody had done at that point.
Oh yeah, his patterns
His
were
patterns
ridiculous.
were crazy, man. You know what I mean? And I always you would listen to him and Rakim because it would seem like they had a thing going on with each other. You know what I mean? Like you
The
could
patterns and flows.
yeah, and the flows and everything. And there was little shots here and there that you would hear from. They would throw little things at each other. You know what I mean? So that, but man, Big Daddy Kane's one of my favorites, man, for sure.
What's crazy is that, like a lot of people don't say it, right? But like the four dudes that were like in incomparable flows, they usually just mention those two, right? But realistically, you can't just mention them two without
Not Chris.
mention. Not Chris, because his flow is completely different than their style of flip,
Yep.
right? But LL Cool J
Mhm.
and Cool G Rap.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
They got to get mentioned in that. Like
For
they're
sure.
like the four horsemen of the flow, because like their shit was just completely different. Now Chris, he changed up the whole dynamic. How you do songs, how you do cadences, how you sing some of that shit in there. Like him and Slick Rick were the two that kind of flipped that. But I'm talking like rapper style. Yeah,
Flows,
those
yeah.
four guys. And their style of flows, like, cause you listen to some of LL Cool J's where he's going.
He doesn't get talked enough. LL.
Yeah, he
they
don't get
talk
enough
about him
flowers.
enough. He doesn't, man. Because he, you're right. In the beginning, he was a monster, man. He was
Nobody was touching him.
nothing, bro. Nothing.
Hell no.
It's jingling, baby. Go. I mean, just his songs were just everything he just dropped, man. He was
when I-
it-
when I
And Cool
first-
G
when I-
Rap ain't never got touched neither. I mean, sick with it.
When I was saying when I first seen that I'm Bad video, that video was nuts.
Crazy,
He was
bro.
jumping off the crates and just
But then he started.
I mean,
I was
he-
like,
he
yo,
did it. You know
nobody's
what?
doing it harder than this.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing, right? LL Cool J was smart about something that no one else was hip to yet. Is that women actually buy more records than guys do. And so he flipped his dynamic. He said, I did enough stuff for the streets and for the dudes and for my homies and guys like me. I'm going to flip it and do stuff for the girls. And that's what sustained his career.
for sure.
And like, because he still has the skill. You listen to him flip today, he's got bars like nobody else.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying he was smart to like capture a dynamic that guys like Drake
Yeah.
pop into now. It's like, I'm gonna sell music to the women. I'll still do my feature verses where I chop a motherfucker's head off, but I'm gonna do these songs so chicks could dance and feel it, because that's who buys records.
I mean, I get that, and I'm going to be the dick at the table. What I was going to say is like that's when he lost me. Is when he started all that lip licking and
Yeah, but
I'm
at
cool,
that
man.
point he didn't need you though.
It's true.
game recognized game, but you lost me.
Yeah, yeah.
And he didn't
I
mind
love
that.
those records. I thought
He
his
didn't
records
mind
were
that
great.
because when he looked at his royalty statements and his platinum plaques on the wall, he
I
said,
get
"Oh,
it.
Trace, I don't miss you."
He left me a voicemail telling me that.
No, I love those records. I think those
he did
records
this.
help.
He did.
Yeah,
I don't miss you, B.
that's right, man.
And check your girl's playlist.
Check your girl's playlist while you're at it. They're jiggling, baby.
Deny that, brother. You can't deny that. That's for sure.
No, definitely not.
Well,
I mean, I think he opened like a big door for a lot of people, man. After I Need Love, and then after all the other records came, then you seen it made it. You know, Tupac. You seen Tupac get into talking to girls. A lot of people just it made it okay for you to be able to make a record for the
Yeah,
females,
he
you know what I mean?
opened up rap ballads.
sure,
How about
for sure.
that? There was, a
for
rap
sure.
ballad did not exist until he made
Till
it.
he made that, bro.
When is
And it was a
Cypress?
dope record, bro.
When is
now-
Cypress gonna write a love ballad?
A love ballad.
A love ballad, son. What do you think?
B already did that.
Yeah.
He did that, didn't he?
No, I mean like I'm talking lick lipping and that kind of stuff. Like have Sen.
That's LL's thing. We
But
don't
you know,
lick lip.
but you
love
saw
you,
Sen
married
big sexy leaning on the fence. You know what I'm saying? Like have that whole thing going. You know what I mean?
That's a Sen Dog thing. Why
start
you
with
put me on that? I wasn't
mean,
leaning
but
on
I'm
no
saying
fence.
like I think that might be something like.
That's
you know,
not my image, my persona. You know that, dude. You know.
all right.
That's another tour. That's another.
That would never work anywhere in my.
There you go, dude. Look, there goes that
Ever.
suave son of a
Right
bitch.
there,
Right
that right there.
Suavecito.
Big sexy.
Oh, that's old.
Dope hat, though.
That's 2 weeks in a row. You guys
With his
dope hat.
with
you
his
had your fun with that.
piercing eyes.
This is every week we're going to show that. What are you talking about?
Could have been big. I could have been a movie star, yo. Could
I could
have been me.
Yeah.
Hey, but LL, he just went out on tour too. He did a great tour too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
big ups to him, man. He did his thing with that.
It's fucked up.
And rock the bells. He's doing really good with that.
Yeah, he stays working because I think he's still got his TV show popping off.
The only thing I always tripped about LL is that he never put nobody on.
No,
He always stuck to him, and he barely did features. He didn't just go feature away with everybody. He only picked selective features,
features. I got lucky to be on one with him.
What was that?
That was the Space Jam.
Space Jam. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got lucky enough to be on one song with LL.
Yeah, man. He's
Check list.
hell yeah.
You
One
know
of my
what I'm saying?
favorites is Flavor in Your Ear remix. I think
Yeah,
he just murdered that.
smashed that.
Smashed that.
He murked that all.
That's
the way.
one of those things where you say people at that time thought, oh, you thought I'm just talking to the girls? All right, man, check this out. And boom, he just dropped that verse. It was
Not
crazy.
for nothing. They all did their thing on that song. You know, everybody flipped their verse, but LL was just on a different one that day, boy.
I was surprised when I heard it. The first time, I never forget where I was at. I'm like, damn, they got LL on here. And then when he busted, I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, he killed that.
he
What
killed
he
that,
say?
man.
Tongue kiss a piranha.
Yeah.
Electrocuted.
He shit.
Barracuda.
Barracuda, Barracuda.
Stevie Delicious. Oh, man, he was killing,
Yeah.
man. He was killing with that, man.
Yeah. Some of his features are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And boy, he did that, and another good one he did
Who
was
Shot
one
Ya?
with EPMD.
Didn't he do a Who Shot Ya one with Biggie?
Nah, he
No.
he didn't do that.
No,
That was
no,
Who
that was
Shot Ya.
Keith Murray.
That's right.
Yeah.
I shot you.
I Shot You. Yeah,
that's
that
right.
was it.
There you go. That's what it was.
People thought that was
Killed that.
like some kind of diss record
Yeah.
towards Biggie, I guess, but I thought it was a diss record towards Pac. You know, but a lot of people don't know that. But if you
What,
ever
from
listen,
LL?
if you ever listen to the original album version of that song and you listen to the verses, to me it was like he was shooting shots at Tupac.
Who, LL?
Yeah,
For sure he was.
yeah, And there's
Because
another
they
song where
had
he says-
they had a girl in common.
yeah, they did. And there was another
Last
song.
name Jones.
Yeah, he says
Even in
he
some like
hates Tupac.
but that's
he
something
loves
like a
Tupac, but
phenomenon.
hates some LL.
yeah, that's something like a phenomenon.
Yeah. They were little shots, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's hip hop. That's what I love about hip hop. It's like
Because Tupac
you got to catch it.
Because Tupac took that chick.
Yeah.
from him.
Yeah. They were dating. So
Apparently.
I guess it was a situation. So
There was a situation there.
yeah, but it made for good hip hop. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
LL's a beast though.
Oh, for
if
sure.
If you going heads up on the verbiage with LL, you better be on your best.
Bring it.
Hell yeah.
You better bring it to that level because he's bringing it.
That new tour he's got with the Roots right
Oh, yeah,
now.
that's
The
great.
Force. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's really good, man.
Hey, he's
Crazy.
the one that started like, you know, rappers showing that you could do it with a live band in the modern times when
Yeah.
they did that MTV Unplugged and he got up there and rocked all his songs, you know, like stripped down, no samples. Everybody was playing on acoustic guitars and the rest. Pff, yeah, that dude could snap into anything.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean,
he's
that's
a
LL.
trendsetter, man.
That's LL fucking Cool J, man.
Shout to a Z Trip. He's on there as well.
Yeah.
Is E-Trip doing this
For
thing?
sure.
You know, it's dope because they incorporate the vinyl version
Mm-hmm.
with the live band. Like
Mhm.
they make it both happen because you need that ingredient. And like, you know, if you don't got that ingredient, that hip hop real,
Yeah, for sure.
vinyl ingredient, it sounds a little nervous.
Hey, LL got so much catalog. You could give his fans like you make the set list, and it'll all be some different shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he definitely has a catalog, that's for sure.
Massive and bangers.
Bangers, bro.
Like there's not one where he missed. Like he always had one,
Always, bro.
if not two, on every album.
My favorite was Going Back to Cali.
And maybe you didn't like the whole album, but there was 2 or 3 or 4 bangers on there that you were like, oh my God, this dude destroyed this shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. he's probably one of the most consistent, like Jay-Z is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I love LL.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Rick Rubin was doing it back in the days.
He sure was.
LL Beats was banging hard.
Yeah, he was. Like he gave him the business.
Hell yeah.
Are you kidding me? And
he
all that
did
stuff,
Jack the Ripper.
and all that stuff, we were banging out on Cypress. I mean, Sendog could tell you, we were like rocking LL, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys. Who else? Houdini sometimes, EPMD.
Yeah.
Public Enemy definitely when they came out, we were rocking that. But I got to tell you, LL got a lot of run on the Cypress block for sure. Because we were hip hop heads, dog. Like, and he was hip hop.
Yeah, we was deep into that shit, man. we was
Sure were.
Everything was hip hop, dog. Everything.
What was different about us is that we didn't cling to just what was going on here. We were listening to all that stuff that was coming out from the East Coast. We weren't like, because some people got caught up in that, like, oh, we're only like listening to this type of shit. Because most of our stuff at the time was funk based and electronic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we were listening to all that shit coming over here.
Yeah, I loved all of it, man. I was into. Man,
Well,
I
you
was
guys
everything.
were playing it.
I used to play it like crazy. We made so many artists from New York pop in L.A. It was
sure did.
crazy, man. And then we'd bring them out to do the Friday Night Lives. You know what I mean? That people got to see it for the first time.
That was so key that you guys did that, man.
Yeah. But shout out to Greg Mack because he was the one that put that together. But we
shout out to Greg Mack.
Yeah. But we brought a lot of those groups out. You know what I mean? And I remember Public Enemy first time at Skateland USA.
Yep.
I'll never forget that. With the S1Ws coming out. And all them Bloods were just like, what the fuck is this shit?
What year will you say
Blood,
that?
what
It
this
had to be
is?
like maybe 87, 88.
Yeah.
Professor Griff.
Yeah, bro. They came out. Us too. We were sitting there in the DJ booth. It's like, yo, man, because we only seen the pictures. We didn't. They
brought the show.
Oh my God, bro. It was something else. We were like, oh shit, these motherfuckers.
Shocking everybody.
Yeah, they was because you used to just watching the one rapper maybe with a hype man, maybe. But usually it was just like the one rapper, you know what I mean? But these guys came out
with a squad,
the whole doing the whole formation on the stage.
Yeah.
And then they came out. It was like, damn. I think they had just dropped "Don't Believe the Hype." So they had some songs out already that we were playing on the radio. Yeah, it was crazy. All them Bloods.
As soon as you hear brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that was
It's
a big
on.
record. In that
I don't know what this.
Oh, it was over, bro.
It's over.
Yeah, we were banging the hell out of that record. We played Rebel Without a Pause like every hour. That's how big that record was.
Yeah,
and
what's
Don't Believe the Hype.
Yeah. They had some of the most hype hip hop songs ever.
Mm-hmm. And nobody was sampling like that at the time.
No.
It was you never heard stuff. That was so new and so creative. Just how you seen how the Bomb Squad was doing that with the music and Chuck, of course, his voice and just the way he rapped. He never really rapped on beat. What was crazy about him, he was just, I don't know how, he dances on it on beat, but he's just more talking. So it was so different back then for everybody.
And authoritatively.
Yeah, he had such a great voice.
It's a different style.
Yeah, man. And what he was saying was, that's what got me into Farrakhan was because of when he mentioned, I had heard of Farrakhan, but I got more into looking into Farrakhan because of Chuck D and hearing him say it on Don't Believe the Hype. I think it was that song he said something about Farrakhan. And so there was a lot going on with that. They were incredible, man. At their time, they really, really did some damage.
Oh yeah, their live show.
Still to
was
this
crazy.
day, but I mean, at that time,
live
it was
show
fresh, yeah.
Live show was crazy too.
Yeah, for sure. Man.
What was dope is early in the game, I always thought with Public Enemy was they chose a lane that was, politics. Their lyrics were like current affairs, problems of today, inner city stuff and stuff like that. And Chuck was one of these guys. His lane was that he was going to bring it out, front and center. And that's what was cool about Public Enemy was, and it's the perfect name for a band is
and
because,
logo. The logo was incredible, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no doubt.
Yeah.
And Chuck made the logo. How about that?
Wow.
Because he's an art
And
student.
what was cool about what I liked about them too is that he was serious, but then he had Flav that was like,
Yeah.
why? So it gave
was
it a balance. It gave
yeah.
it like a nice balance where it was like Flav was more fun and just like you wanted to hear his voice too. You know what I mean? So it was just incredible, man.
It was a good balance of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dynamic was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a dope
I actually waited for, sorry, B.
No, go ahead.
But I actually would wait for the Flavor Flav part to come on because the Chuck D part would get you kind of like, and then when he came in, it was the party.
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes. There it is.
Flavor was like the instigator. Hey, yo, Chuck.
Yeah.
They're not really. They're not gonna understand.
There's some suckers out
And
there.
then Chuck would just come in like, wow. Like,
Hey,
yes.
he played. Hey, they played those parts to perfection, bro.
bro.
Because, like, yeah, it broke it up and it gave something to it that was just so dynamic. There was a shit out there like that. You know what I mean? Like he was the ultimate co-signer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he kicked a couple rhymes here and
Oh,
there. But
911
like
was
his
a joke, man. It was so great.
Yeah.
Man. 911 is a joke. Oh man, that was so big, that record, man. We used to play that like crazy too.
I mean, when you think about it, you know, Flav is the ultimate hype man.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
He taught everybody how to do it.
I wish he would have dropped, because at the time they kept talking about him dropping that solo album, but he never ended up dropping it. But I wish at the time he would have dropped that, because I was always waiting like to hear him just do a whole record on his own.
It's crazy because we did a song for him on that album that was supposed to come out. Yeah, Beat Nuts, we got a song. We actually did it, and he raps and everything, and that shit.
You got it?
I'd have it somewhere, yeah.
You should come play it on the
crazy,
show.
It
bro.
never dropped.
Leak it. Psycho leaker.
Do it, yo, do it.
Psycho leaks.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just gave you a new show right there, Psycho Leaks.
There you go.
Know what I mean? All the ones that, you know, unofficial.
I got an LL that he never dropped.
Wait. Ooh, Psycho Leaks.
Psycho
Leakies.
And you know what's
What
cool
else
though?
you got?
A few other things.
You know what was
few
cool
gems.
too is to see the Bomb Squad, how they came and grabbed Ice Cube and made that America's Most Wanted album.
Oh, yeah,
Nobody seen that coming.
Nah.
Nobody seen that coming. And when it dropped, oh man, it was like, whoa.
Hey, they made him sound so goddamn
Crazy,
good.
bro.
I mean, he was already dope. So
He was dope. They caught him at the right time, bro.
he
And they gave him the
snapped
right songs,
He
man.
snapped into that perfectly.
Hell yeah, man. That was so good, man. Never forget America's Most Wanted when the first time I heard it. I was blown away. I was like, oh, wow.
I think he took a great chance on allowing them to produce the whole damn thing like that. You know what I mean? Because then it gives you a sound. It gives you like that continuity and like, you know, it has a sound as opposed to you got 20 different producers doing something on this. It never has a sound this way.
Mm-hmm.
And he very much got a sound from the Bomb Squad.
For sure.
And it wasn't necessarily the same as Public Enemy,
Mm-mm.
but it was. I mean,
Somewhat,
It was.
but-
It was there, but it was different. They didn't like give him the complete formula, but what they gave him was dope.
And it fit LA at the time.
Fit him, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
It wasn't too much. It was just right how
Yeah.
they produced his record. It was dope. That's why it's a classic.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of my favorite Ice Cube albums.
Yeah. Yeah, like he really popped off on that because, you know, one, he had something to prove. Like, I don't need these guys over here. Check this out. Watch. And two, he was dope. He was just like, you know, growing and getting better.
Yeah, because look, when at the time, Ice Cube was popular, and yeah, people respected him, and they loved him in NWA. But all NWA was dope. So I mean,
Yeah,
it was
they
they
were
were
all
all
dope.
dope in their own way. You know what I mean? But I don't know if everybody, when he dropped that solo record,
Not all of
I
them
didn't-
followed him.
I didn't know could he do that on his own. But when he did, I'm like, oh man, this guy's on another level, man. This is
He
this is
killed
no
it.
joke. Yeah, he killed that. He really walked off and did his own record.
I think
and
he
killed it.
surprised all of them.
I think he did too. Yeah, a lot of people were super surprised.
Yeah.
how good that record was. You know,
Yeah.
And you know, it was Chuck D that
Yeah.
brought him
Put
into
him in there,
the
yeah.
Bomb Squad.
Which was a great luck.
because he did. What's the song they did? The Burn Hollywood Burn, right?
Burn Hollywood
Yeah,
Burn with Big
yeah.
Daddy Kane,
Yeah, man.
who flipped it.
Love that record too.
Oh man, Big
Burn,
Daddy Kane's verse.
Hollywood, burn.
Big Daddy Kane's
Smell
verse
right.
on that, I think, is the flyest verse on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no doubt.
You know, no disrespect to the two other legends, you know, because their verses were
record was
fire
great.
too. But Big Daddy Kane, tell you what, wordsmithing, dog, like nothing. your favorite rapper's favorite rapper type of thing, right? That's what Big Daddy Kane was to a lot of us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know what I mean. How about these bears making their way into places, their ways into swimming pools, houses, and now Disneyland, Florida, son.
The Bears?
Well,
Oh, bear.
Damn.
take all their land to build the park, and
They want it back.
That part.
They want it back.
That part. They want their shit back.
This used to be my crib right here.
I used to swim here, fool.
I want to come play here too.
Yeah.
That's what the bear said.
don't
Hey,
need a
y'all,
ticket.
y'all get to take my shit and put all these contraptions. I get to use them too.
They had to close 13 rides down and like cordon off one part of the park.
14
and it showed
rides.
like two bears just,
Chilling.
walking through like, they had like one of the little outdoor themed things. Bear was just hanging out.
Damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Oh, he's smelling cotton candy and popcorn and all that, hot dogs, you know what I mean? Yeah, he wants all of that. You know what I mean? He's breaking into places.
Hot diggity
So
dog.
what did they go try to capture them, or
I don't know what
they
the
just let
outcome
them do
was.
their thing until
Yeah,
they
they got
left?
them.
Or
They caught him?
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
Charged
there
him
he
for
is
a
right
ticket.
wow.
He out of here, man.
He's gonna wake
You
up.
ain't got a ticket, B.
He's gonna wake up in some forest somewhere. Like, what the hell happened?
This wasn't where I was at yesterday.
Fuck out of here.
Man, I seen him put that shark. Yeah, you guys see that shark that they put back into the ocean?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, them guys. I give salute, man. You guys are all crazy.
Yeah, that's a mako shark with them jagged ass teeth.
Man, that was crazy. I was like,
Their teeth look the most intimidating out of most sharks, even though they're not the most ferocious. The great white is the
Yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
but like their teeth right there, bro. They take a bite.
Hell no.
you out. This is
Show them what a mako shark looks like, Beery. Hey, Beery.
Razor blade.
Show them what a mako shark looks like,
Might
Beery.
Yeah,
All right, so
look
here we
Sure,
go.
they're ugly.
Ooh,
Yeah, look at them teeth,
look
man.
at that, bro.
Pick a picture
That
and
leg is
zoom in on
gone.
the teeth, son. Look at that, right there.
Boom.
Mangle. Mangulation.
Jagged
over,
ass,
homie.
jagged ass teeth, man. It don't even really got to like
Look at that.
eat you. It could just take a bite out of you and just ruin your
it.
life.
Where did this saving of the shark take place at?
I don't know. I
Florida.
just seen it online.
Florida.
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 Oh, that
See, why
explains
does all
it.
this crazy shit happen?
They
in
wild
Florida?
out there. in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Well, if the shark just washed up.
But I mean, did you also see the one where they pulled out like that giant ass snake living under that house, and they were wondering where all the neighbors' cats and dogs were?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
That was straight. Did you see that?
In the belly of the snake.
Straight up, like
Whoa.
some.
They know how to deal with that kind of thing.
Well,
man.
what happened was they said that the reason why that these pythons and all these things are doing this is when the hurricanes hit, these giant aquariums like for tourism got hit by them, and all kinds of stuff got freed.
Ooh.
So these snakes went out into the wild.
Crocs, snakes.
Between that and they said that in Florida is like the biggest place for collectors and snake guys. Well, a lot of them turn them loose when they get too big.
When they're too big, yeah.
And these things, and so they pulled it.
Yeah.
This snake was like, they were wondering where the dogs and cats were.
They create different
Snake was
species
eating
like
good.
this.
Yeah, man.
Stuff that ain't normally supposed to be out
Yeah.
here is now out here.
And they have no predators.
Sort of like
thing.
when Escobar brought the hippos to Colombia.
Oh, yeah.
Now that there's this whole problem they got going on down there with the fucking hippos, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And there's no predator.
No predator.
Yeah,
All right.
this one right here is 19 feet long.
Ooh, yeah.
Is it dead?
Oh, look at that.
No, it's not dead.
Damn. You're tripping.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
And that's in Florida?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, those are wild.
Sen doesn't want to go there now. He's like, no, any shows in Florida, cancel them. We buy a swamp. Nah.
I wouldn't mind riding one of them boats that hauls ass through the Everglades.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
I'd be down to do that. I'd be down to do that.
Yeah, smoke a couple dubs and head out there.
Go fuck them Crocs. We'll hold the fucking, we'll hold some shotguns and
We're doing
blast them out. All right, before we get into this, Motalada is Blaze Motas ready to drink cannabis infused michelada made with non-alcoholic Mexican lager and tomato, lime, and spices. No mix needed. 20 milligrams of THC per 16-ounce can and 50 milligrams of THC in the new chichelada. It's Michi time. That's that one by Cheech right there, which is very delicious. We had some when we did the show with him just last week, the Chichelada. Make sure you check it out. It's Chiche time, all right? Blaze Mota is a line of cannabis products celebrating the proud traditions of the Chicano culture that have shaped our great city of Los Angeles. Blaze Mota es hecho en Los Angeles for the world to enjoy. Mota.
So that's his brand, Blaze Mota too, and drinks?
Well, he's collaborating with Blaze Mota
Okay.
to do his Chichelada. It is really good.
Chichelada.
I'm trying to remember,
I like
is
the
it
name.
Cheech that has
This is it right here. We got it in this can right here.
Is it Cheech that has the
museum?
The music. That's his.
Yeah.
That's all his art, right?
Yeah. The art he's collected.
He's put it
throughout-
up somewhere though in Riverside, I think.
Yeah, it's in Riverside.
Man, I gotta go see that.
All the art he's collected throughout the years.
Yeah, I heard he has like the biggest collection of Chicano art.
Yeah.
Sen, do you remember when we were in Riverside? You guys were doing that show, and we were standing out there. And what he did is he bought this a bank that went broke during the foreclosure market, and he turned that bank into his museum.
Wow.
Remember, Sen, when we were out there smoking, and that across the street they were putting that together, and they were telling us about that. Remember that?
Nope.
I don't remember.
I don't remember any of that.
Well, that's what happened, Julio.
I read it somewhere. That's why. But I've always wanted to go check it out.
It's out there by that big resort that they have in Riverside, that famous spa.
Yeah, we're going to do a Be Real TV mission up there and go check out the museum.
So,
yes.
Sen, you should go.
Bring it.
He's not
Okay, yeah.
He's not going to remember
I'll
that.
bring my chichelada with me, cold and refreshing.
And it works too. Word up. All right, let's get into it.
Get into it.
You could have said you remembered. That's all you had to say was you remembered.
He don't remember.
Time for submissions. 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 Time for submissions.
Alrighty, first one of the day here. We got Trace up in here with some food. You want to talk about this, Trace? Saw this on your IG.
Oh, look at this guy.
Oh, this was last night.
You made that at home.
Yeah, I made it last night. Sliced up some tomatoes, put some fresh basil,
Are you buying this, Sendok?
some mozzarella. Tell him, Sen. Sen knows I ain't
mean,
playing.
I wasn't there to witness it, but it
knows
looks
I
like
be- I
it
be-
looks like his house.
It is my house. But yeah, I threw that. Come on,
You're
You
saying
living a life, bro.
I can't slice a tomato. Come on, come on.
he said, "Come on."
I bet you
salt and
Uber
pepper?
eats that and then put it on a plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Then I put some Greek olives, little balsamic vinegar on it.
All right, I'll buy it.
All right.
Looks good.
Yeah, thank you.
bro. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
You know,
He's a cultured
Oh,
guy.
and then
Yeah.
see, I went with the rosemary chicken.
All right, Rosemary.
Wow.
Grilled rosemary chicken.
Little weed lime.
Yeah.
That's all going down in Vegas, huh?
That's all cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's gonna have dinner for all of us soon.
Yeah.
Come on by.
He's inviting us all to dinner.
Yeah. And then
Guess
this was-
who's coming to dinner?
I don't
It's-
know, man. That's kind of
it's
like
the Green
That
Thumb.
looks good, bro.
Master Chef looking restaurant quality.
That's
I
not.
don't know, man.
It's some mashed potatoes.
Yeah, dog.
This plating
That's
looks.
Uber, that's Uber Eats, bro.
This plating looks much too professional for
Call it
Tracy
Viet
Eddie.
down that, dude.
That's the Uber Eats right
See?
there, huh, bro?
See?
He had it brought in from the
Okay.
casino.
That's professional plating. I cannot trust you on this, Tracy
Yeah.
Eddie.
Come
Who plated
on.
this for you?
What do you mean plated? It's a little olive oil around the edges and some chopped Italian parsley. That's nothing. That's nothing.
No,
Oh,
man.
no, you had me right up until that picture right there.
Oh, see, you,
I was like, man, this thing will be
That's my
looking
shit
good
right
for
there.
himself.
You went to dinner in Vegas.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
No, that was last night. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the salt and
Pepper and the candle.
Yeah.
I believe it. I believe it. Thank you, Les.
I believe it.
Oh, so you got a
Dang it.
candle at
Okay,
the crib when
only
you're
because you're
dining.
mentioning that salt and pepper. You want to hear the story about that, right?
Where'd you get those from, man? Hotel room?
Julio, you are so good. Them little things. I got room service one time, and I was like, oh man, you know what? I've been looking for something like that for the house, and I stole them from the Cosmo.
No, that's a great story made up on the spot right now.
No, I did. I
Okay.
stole those from the Cosmopolitan Hotel.
Damn, bro.
I did. But that was last night's dinner.
All right.
All right.
What restaurant?
No, yeah.
Latrace's restaurant.
All right,
Latrace's.
Les, you're invited over. These guys, never.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's funny, bro.
All right, next.
And we got Bernard up in here saying, shout out all the way from Germany, and I've got my black funky beat nuts tip. Can I get a joint rating?
To the neck. All right, let's start going to the left. I see a little pod in there, but and a slight squeeze on the bottom, ever so slight.
Gets a little thin right there.
Yeah, keep rolling.
Losing weight. It's losing weight.
All right, look. This is not bad. Shape is good. It looks pretty straight. You just had a little dip right there. You probably needed slightly just a little bit more weed. But I'm going to have to say that's a strong 7 right there.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good, bro. I ain't heard
Solid
that.
7. You know what I like is the line. See that where the
Yeah, his
where the-
line's pretty straight. His or her line's
Yeah,
his
nice-
line.
nice
is
line.
Straight.
And you know it has tobacco in it too. So
What?
yeah, just
Oh, don't
Germany,
tell me
yes.
that. 'Cause
Germany,
Then we go
Germany.
down because then we go down to it too.
sorry, guy.
If that's the case,
Have
you
to
know.
blow up his spot, but no.
All right, next.
We got another joint rating here by Skywalker, and he's saying, can I get a rating from the crew? And he's saying, sorry, I have no glass tip. I'm from Europe.
Oh my God. All right, to the next. Okay.
Doggy tip.
Right there. You got a little connection point right there. It needs to be a little bit more flush. Looks like your joint got a little hickey right there. Shark bite. Then you flare out slightly twice. Right here and right here.
I got a little hook in it.
And then you flare out one more time. Down there. It's like the belly of a shark. And up on top, you got a couple of squeezes. One, and then the next. Yeah, kind of, but it's on the other side. Yeah. I'm going to have to give that. Smoke. I mean, it hurts me to do this to you. But I'm going to have to give you a 4 on this.
Ooh.
Number 4.
Ooh. I was going to say 5, but he's a tough critic.
That tip and then that
What is
neck
that tip
right
though?
there.
Like
That
a
tip threw
cardboard
me off.
thing?
It's ripped cardboard.
Made out of red dye.
And I know you don't got glass tips out there, but
And tobacco.
there's ways of getting these glass tips out there, trust.
Germany.
Do yourself a favor. Let me tell you what. If this was on a glass tip, it probably would have been a 6. But I'm saying you should find your way to having a glass tip. You'll enjoy this joint much more.
It's true.
And your roll will get straighter. Trust, in time, like you're rolling joints pretty straight here. There's a couple of squeezes, but you got some good form here. It's just that it's on this whack-ass cardboard filter. But trust, aside from the looks of it, when you put that on a glass tip, you're going to enjoy that weed much more because you'll be able to smoke it all the way down as opposed to like close to the bottom, and then you got to stop because the weed tastes horrible because that cardboard starts heating up and being a part of the taste of the weed, which is horrible.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you never see those things finished. You can't.
Because then it gets all like gunky and
You get too close to the cardboard.
And Julio, that cardboard right there, it's dyed red. Like you don't want to be smoking through something that's been dyed that color. I don't care if it's food grade or not, which it's probably not. But still, man, get a glass
good, huh?
tip.
Yeah.
Get a glass tip. Clean it with alcohol. It's sterile every time. Ladies, let me tell you something. There is not a better invention than this glass tip. I know ladies with the lip gloss and lipstick and that always, on the end of a joint. It really fucks the joint up. They can't pull it right. With this right here, that ends that problem right here
true.
instantly.
And
any girl that I've ever smoked with, it's like the greatest invention for them ever.
And if some sick motherfucker hit your joint without telling you and you were suspect of them, you could just take your lighter and heat up the end.
Sterile.
And sterilize it.
I didn't know
Voila.
Yeah.
And then boom, boom, bang, bang, and don't pass it to that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of a glass tip. And you could smoke more of your weed than have to let go of a lot of it because you can't smoke it to the end.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not possible. It would taste horrible.
No more nasty resin on your lips.
Gross.
You remember that? We were talking to
yeah.
somebody and
that's
go, hey,
it's horrible.
you got something on your tooth right there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, is it gone? No more of that either.
True that. All right, next.
And we got Rosa and Ricky up in here saying such an awesome experience and happy to see the Be Real TV crew at Dr. Greenthumb's West LA.
What up, Rosa?
Hi.
Thanks for coming through.
Hell yeah, salute.
You guys had some inventory out there parked at the curb. Some nice cars.
Yeah, some nice cars, huh?
Nice cars out there.
Yep. There goes Cheech.
And she's saying check out the perfect signature by Be Real.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, nice.
Eat that, Eric Bobo. Eat it. I know you're seeing this right now.
Wow, look at the E.
You're on the Discord.
Look at the A.
That's right.
That's an amazing.
All connected,
It's
bro.
all
Look at that.
pronounced. Kiss my ass.
And a DGT on it.
Cheech is
Wow,
pretty good,
bonus.
yeah.
Cheech is pretty
Cheech
cool.
is all connection too, man.
Usually it looks like B signed it with his foot.
What?
He said what?
He's over there talking in.
No, don't listen. B, don't throw gas on it.
I'm not throwing gas on it. I heard
His
that whole little
signature
segment.
is a known thing that his signature, it sometimes.
It stays consistent. Every time you see it, it's the same
The
way.
E and the A is not so pronounced. That was a very well pronounced.
That's just on a couple of them here and there that Bobo pointed out. Because there was one set, I was ramping through them, and I just, as a joke, I did them all the same way. Right? And Bobo was the one who had to sign them after me. So he was like, what is this? You know, it became a thing. So now.
Yeah. So now the E's and the A's is how good you can see.
But they've always been that. You could look at my autograph from 1992, 93. It's the same. Maybe a little bit tighter, but the same.
Okay. I believe you, man.
There's no as
it's bull.
As old Mr. Portal Seeker says. Just I'm going to start scrutinizing his goddamn
See, I'm
signature
cooking
now.
my own goose here, Julio, and let me tell you why. I'm usually the guy that has to hand him the stack of posters to sign. He'll never sign another poster for me ever. That's it.
Get that
remember
shit
that?
out of
remember
my
that?
face.
Remember the podcast?
Say, get it out of my face right now. All right.
And we got Jason up in here, and he's saying, y'all were talking about rattlesnakes last week, and a friend of mine just posted this on his Facebook.
Ooh, yeah. What is he grilling them?
What happened to his head?
Chopped it off, baby. Hacked it off.
That's a big snake.
That's a big ass
snake, bro.
snake. That
Look at
shit
that.
was eaten.
Yeah, that's a healthy snake.
Wow, that's
That was a
crazy, bro.
rattlesnake?
Yeah.
And where was this at?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's all the way down in Alabama, but I don't know where his friend is.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
Damn.
Imagine running into that.
You could make a few belts. You'll make a few belts out of that snake, man.
Paisa boots, bro.
Paisa boots. Oh, you need a few of those snakes for that.
And we got Kayla up in here, and she's just saying Happy Tuesday, and she's also saying you may be high, but you'll never be Johnny Cash eating cake in a bush high.
Wow.
Wow, he's on one.
Yeah, he is on one. What was he on? Yeah, he was like ripping that cake.
But I've been there.
Savage.
You know what I mean?
That's savage.
Munchy
style.
like that before.
See,
That's munchy like that.
That would kill me. That's too much icing, man. Look at the icing.
I know, bro.
That's the sugar for real. What was he on that he needed that much sugar, Mike?
He's like, fuck
That he could take that much sugar.
He's like, fuck a fork.
Yeah. Probably on.
And we got Fabian up in here saying this is a soundtrack for my weekend. Shout to Cypress Hill. I was listening to Black Sunday.
All right.
Yeah, man.
That's a dope cover, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's classic, bro.
Punch.
That just is perfect to me. Like that Black Sunday, you know what I mean?
Pawn Shop Press. Dante Ariola and I can't remember who his partner was. They were,
put that together, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
We never wanted to put ourselves on the covers, so you know it always had to be something dark and obscure and bang.
Not like that.
I'd have went with sand on the fence. That's just me personally.
Sand on the fence.
Really? You gonna go there again?
Settle down, Beta.
You Dodger blue wearing some bitch.
Oh,
This has nothing to do with the Dodgers.
Oh man,
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Trace is he's on a good one today. I gotta say.
he's good today, huh? Good day, Trace.
He's on a real good one.
All right.
He hasn't stopped smoking since he got in my car. That was like 8 joints ago.
Which means you haven't stopped smoking since I got in the car. So what? Oh, that's just me?
I was like 8 joint back.
All right.
8 joint front, 8 joint back.
Moving right along.
And we got Kiko up in here saying, I saw this floating around online and thought Be Real would love to ride in this and do a paintball drive-by.
Oh, man. That would be awesome.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Oh. You could rip a whole block down with that.
Man, I see some people on YouTube that buy these buses and they just make them into like cribs.
Yeah.
Like beautiful, man. Like really laid out.
Hey, did Pedro ever give you that piece from the shop?
Bring it.
I got one from LAX.
Yes, that's the one. All right, we'll do that later. All right, next.
And we got a Smokestack Mac up in here saying, good bud, stick together, saying he's smoking great.
Whoa.
Cool. Look at that.
That looks good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's how sticky those buds are. Look at that. They're just like we all together in here. That looks like some good stuff too, Mike.
It does.
All the things you want to see in some top shelf
Nice trim job, too, actually.
I agree.
non-boof. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's all the way in New York.
What? And why got New York City?
It's imported.
That's right.
Oh, shots fired.
We got Dark Shadow up in here saying, not the best picture, but my first time trying shrooms. He's saying fingers crossed.
Look at that. Pace yourself, man,
Bring it.
and have a good trip.
Those are coming pretty soon, right?
Yep. Have a good trip, man. Pace yourself, though. Don't go too crazy. Don't be an Eric Bobo. Unless you got a friend there that's going, babysit you with.
Bobo was out of his mind with the mushrooms. He is the mushroom king.
Really?
He's not like he used to be. You didn't experience that Bobo. You got the open enough Bobo, but like the wild extreme Bobo. Oh,
That was another Bobo.
I don't want to know that Bobo.
You don't
the
know.
Bobo now
You
is
don't.
even-
You'll be getting calls in your room at ungodly hours like, help me.
Oh yeah, I don't want that Bobo.
Help.
That's where I draw the line.
No, he's way more, he's harnessed his abilities in the portal. He's not madcap like he used to be. He's more focused.
I can't believe you guys went on stage and performed on shrooms, bro.
When I look back at it, I can't either. But,
That's
hey,
crazy,
we
bro.
did it. We made it through.
That's crazy, man.
We got our boy Mizzle 10 up in here saying, great times with great people at Dr. Greenthumb's grand opening.
Cali Blaze.
Yeah, it was pretty
That's a nice
popular.
store, man.
Big spot.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
nice, bro.
Yeah, it's nice and open.
That mural is sick.
Yeah, that is nice, man.
Who painted that?
What was the artist name on this? Pedro would know.
I saw him doing it. Unbelievable.
That's really nice, yeah.
All right. The extreme one.
Yeah. He was passing out mushrooms on the bus when we were out last week in Chicago.
Of course he was.
Damn.
Yeah.
Of course he was.
Here,
Oh, still going in, huh?
here, Trace, have some chocolate.
Some infused chocolate.
Oh, they're infused chocolate mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Does it exotic?
That's his weapon of choice these days.
It is. That's a good way to put it. Those chocolate bars are his weapon of choice. See, what he does, Julio, is he catches me hella high at the end of the night, right? And of course I want a piece of chocolate. But to have the piece of chocolate, it's got to have the mushrooms in it. All right, I'll go with you. And then I end up all night, staring out into outer space with
somebody
looking
sent
at
me,
UFOs.
a friend of mine sent me a picture of like some chocolates, but they're dosed out, right? So you kind of know what you're taking. Is that right?
Yeah,
yeah.
The best ones we've come across, the Cali Blaze, and I think Bobo brought down here were the Hero bars, and they it's one bar, but it's all like segmented out, and each part is
dosed out,
a certain amount, so you can light dose it or you could macro dose it.
Has like little squares you can snap off, that kind of a thing. But see, what Bobo, his little trick is that he breaks it all up. So those that are no longer like, oh, just give me one little square. He'll say, oh, here, take this much. And then,
See, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the bar all together so you know exactly what you're taking. And it doesn't get all like that one that was in, I don't know where it was, but it was all like, it was practically dust.
Yeah, that's what Bobo was passing out.
Those are the worst.
Yeah. So I ended up taking some. Oh, here, take a little bit more.
And they're not, it's not that they're better or the quality. It's just like, you can't really grasp how much you're taking because you got to take so much, because you think like it's all broken up. Like, okay, what equals out to this much that I was going to take? When you could just snap it from the Hero bar, and you know
what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that to me that's the best one. You know what I mean? Because they tell you, and then it explains to you on the box.
Don't go too crazy.
You want to go crazy? This is how much it's going to take.
Bring it.
Wow.
You don't want to go crazy? Just take this. Then it's simple enough. All right, next.
We got Terp for Thrills up in here saying them after work terps hit so good. I love taking dabs right after work.
Yeah. They work.
Smoke.
You a big dabber, Trace, or not?
Yeah, I've been known to dab. Yeah, but only at the house. I'm not really like, kind of like a late night thing hanging out at the house. Not really, because if it's in the morning, it'll ruin my day. That's for sure.
We got Haas up in here saying, yo, shout out to Cool Keith's album Black Elvis, and Keith produced by Psycho Les, Cypress Hills Elephants on Acid, and shout out to you guys.
Salute. Oh, yeah, cheers.
There you go.
Yes.
That Master Ace was dope, man.
And that seems to be it so far.
Word up. Thank you for your submissions. Keep them coming to brealtvcontest@gmail.com, and we will put them on. And let me remind you, today we got a mix popping off right after this show, the Dr. Greenthumb Mix Show. Psycho Leezy and myself are going to pop it off. Come join us. If you got a Twitch account, B_RealTV is the place to find us at B_RealTV. All right. And if you got a Be Real TV membership, that's to our home site, www.bereal.tv. You can watch from there. And if you're not a member, become a member and you can watch from there. All right. We encourage you to do this so you can watch all shows from this platform. Awesome. And some other things that we can't put on YouTube or Twitch. So come get down with us. All right. We appreciate you.
Yeah, IG's really getting crazy with that violation.
Yeah,
pictures, like
for sure.
Like I posted something and it had like a weed leaf, and they just shut me down and all this crap. I'm like, come on now.
Just for a little weed leaf.
A picture of it. That.
Did they send you a violation?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Really? Just for that?
This is against the guidance lines or whatever the hell they show that. I'm like, yo.
I think they're getting a little crazy with it now.
Especially
all across the board. It's
with
just
cannabis accounts, they really go too hard on our shit.
Yeah, they doing a little too much of that.
But yeah, you got half naked chicks and you got all this, other things.
Yeah, I don't get
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah, it's all subjective.
Then on certain platforms, they just got a bunch of kids pulling out guns everywhere. It's like, all right, man, which one, what are we doing here, man? So this is not cool, but you got these kids with guns all over the place. And so it's a little crazy.
Yeah, they gotta figure it out. I think they target the wrong communities, like the cannabis community. Man, we're just trying to grow out our businesses and,
Eat.
Yeah. But they punish us in every chance they get for no goddamn reason.
Yet it's all this crazy. I'm not gonna say. I guess it's. I don't know. Maybe it's just crazy to me. But like, I'm tired of watching like breastfeeding on Instagram, and
that's
like,
crazy that
That's
they
whack.
that they do that.
Like, what is all this about? You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
new thing too.
Yeah, like what's going on here with this?
That's just an excuse for the shorty to show her breast off or something. Believe that. That ain't nothing about breastfeeding.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
She's
It's
like
on some weirdo
pointing
shit.
at the camera.
It's for people.
Get out of here.
No.
This ain't about breastfeeding. You know what you want us to see that.
It's about a fetish. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
that.
Like there's some folks that like to watch that.
I guess I'm not one of them.
Yeah, nah, same here, and that's crazy that they have it.
Sometimes, but
Sometimes. Psycho Les.
Psycho Les
Hey.
said it. DMs to Psycho Les.
Hey, real quick before we go into the next shit, how about Snoop Dogg and Chris Stapleton are doing a cover of Phil Collins in the Air Tonight for Monday Night Football?
I did not see that.
Boom, right there. See it. Believe it.
I gotta listen to that.
Lord Sear was talking about it today on Shade 45 on his show. And the way they were talking about it was like,
Sometimes certain records just don't need to be
leave
touched,
that
bro.
alone.
Certain ones just like something like that. You got to do that justice, bro. Because Phil Collins in the Air Tonight is just
don't remix it.
That's hard.
Yeah, don't.
it's
remix
dope
it.
the way it is.
Yeah.
To do anything else to it, that would be, I don't
It'd be
know.
like what was my man? You said you went to the concert. he was rapping.
Steve Miller.
Steve Miller.
Oh, yeah. Fly Like an Eagle.
Fly Like an Eagle rap.
Oh, that was horrible. I swear to God,
We're gonna
man.
fly in the sky. Come on.
Yeah, so we're there.
Wings
so,
spread out.
So we're there to watch the Steve Miller Band, right? And we think he's gonna play all the songs we know. And for like an hour and a half, he plays a bunch of covers and new songs, covers of other bands and new songs that no one in the crowd really knew except like 2% of it.
Yeah,
Right.
like sing the hits.
Yeah, so he finally, after an hour and a half of this torture, he plays Fly Like an Eagle, right? And he's got this keyboard player back there, and he looks like Billy Blanks. Remember Billy Blanks, Tybo Billy Blanks?
Yeah.
Looks like Billy Blanks. After he shaved his head. Remember he had to shave his little flat top off? Billy Blanks went, he shaved his head bald. Anyway, keyboard players back there. Doo-doo-doo-doo. They're playing Fly Like an Eagle. And out of nowhere, the keyboard player stank ass comes in. You got to fly like an eagle. I'm like, oh, hell no. I walk straight the fuck out. It's like you didn't have EPMD up there to do this, and you had this fucking Billy Blanks looking-like motherfucker grab a mic and talking about flying like an eagle.
Oh my
Fuck you. Sorry, Steve Miller.
My wings are spread.
You lost me.
Flying on down to the.
You got to fly like a legal, like I'm driving on the Regal. I was like, what? What? Are you fucking shitting me?
Put your hands up.
Get Billy Blanks out of here, man.
That was crazy, bro.
Dougie the douche was there with me.
That was incredible
Dougie
to see that, bro.
He was like, oh God.
It fell out, man.
Oh man, that upset me, dude.
Especially on that song, 'cause that's such a classic.
Yeah,
bro.
it's this classic song, and then he's got his guy coming to try to rap, and because he knows, groups have used his shit. You know what I mean? So he figured, okay, free license. My keyboard will bust a rap right here, and it'll connect with the new kids out there.
I seen Isley Brothers do that. When they do the in between the sheets, they'll do. I love it when they love it, Big Papa.
Okay, well that's
They do it though.
Yeah, they
do
sing.
that?
but that's okay.
Yeah, and the crowd gets
That's
down, you know?
okay, but having your keyboard player who nobody knows comes and rap like Melly Mel in a bad way, fuck out of here is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Man.
That's crazy you brought that up because we actually have a super chat about that from earlier today.
Oh, wow.
Bring it.
All right. Well, let's go into the asylum. You got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion. We want to hear it.
Welcome to the insane asylum.
All right, from earlier, we got Caesar up in here saying, sorry, Be Real. I'm checking out the Steve Miller Band on Thursday.
That's too bad for you. Hopefully, he doesn't do you like he did us. And he'll play all the hits on the front end and play some covers and some new songs in the middle and then back to some hits. I mean, hopefully you get that format. We did not get this format. And I learned from it. I learned from it because a lot of people were kind of pissed off that he waited so long to play something familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Cypress Hill never does that.
Nah, it's all about the familiar. You got whatever's familiar to people. You have to stick to that.
Hit him with the head, hit him in the head with it, hit him with the new shit later, and then come back with some shit they know. Because that's what they want to see. They want to rock with the stuff they know. Sure, they want to learn about the new stuff, but realistically, what they're rocking to is what they know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right.
And we got Soul King up in here asking, was it ever scary DJing at sketchy places or parties back in the day?
For me, hell yeah. When I was doing 1580K, we used to play like the ghettoest hood. So people understand in the 80s, hip hop wasn't allowed in Hollywood. It wasn't like you can go to Florentine Gardens it was just not in Hollywood. Everything was in the hood. So you had to go DJ at Skateland USA for the Bloods.
Yep.
You had to go to World on Wheels for the Crips. And then we like maybe 321 in Santa Monica was probably a little more neutral. And the Casa Camino Real we used to do, it was still in the hoodie
Some
area.
little sketchy clubs.
Yeah, it was all Salvadorians
downtown.
over there. Yeah, it was sketchy, that spot. So, and then sometimes I would do the school dances. It was just always
At the Casa was probably sketchy.
the Casa was the Casa Camino Real was sketchy because you had a lot of Salvadorians around there, so they had their own issues going on, and then you had a whole bunch of people from different neighborhoods that would come to this dance.
That was
dances.
like a magnet.
So it would
my
start
God.
problems. You know what I mean?
I know.
And they were breaking the cars a lot, so it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Back in my time, for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't DJing back then, so I can't say I DJed in a sketch spot. So
How about you, Psycho Les?
Definitely a lot of parties back in the days, Jamaica, Hollis, Queens, and all that. We was out there doing basement parties, and we was young. Me, Rob Swift, and and the crowd was older, so it was
Yeah, man, it's
wild,
crazy.
yeah.
you never know if something was gonna set off.
Yup.
You just there.
especially on some hip hop.
And then when things go, you gotta grab your stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And if we brought the equipment, it's
You
like,
gotta
bruh,
stay with it.
We gotta stay with it. You know what I mean? But luckily, like when I was working with Tony, like Tony always had a gun on him, and we that's how crazy it was.
He was always
old.
equipped.
Yeah, he was equipped because he was older than us and he had guns. So he'd always bring a shotgun and a handgun, and that would be part of like the equipment that we would bring. And that was part of like the thing. Hey, you could grab the gun, grab that, grab this. Because of that reason, because we didn't want somebody to just start taking our equipment. They tried one time at Skateland USA. The Bloods there threatened that they were gonna take our stuff. And then we had these guys that did security there that they were some thugs too. And so they were like, check this out. Because if you guys remember Skateland USA, remember there was only one way in and one way out.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't like you had different places to get out of
Yeah,
there.
no.
So we was parked in that parking lot, so we had to get out through this one spot. So they threatened that they was gonna take our stuff. And then the security, we had a guy, his name was Rambro. And he was that big old dude. He like, check this out. Don't worry about these Bloods, man. Just put your stuff in the car, but hurry up. And then Tony pulled out a shotgun, put it on top of the speaker, clack, clack. Shit, if they could beat me to that, they could take my shit. Go, put the stuff in. And the Bloods was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers got guns. Because back then, not everybody just had guns like that, you know what I mean? And so they were like, oh, they just backed up, like, we're good, we cool, we'll back up. And, we got out of there. We didn't play there for a while, And then they had to call the radio station to ask us to come back because we were bringing all the groups there. You know what I mean? So it was like basically World on Wheels was getting LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper. So they're hearing it on the radio every week. They couldn't go up there. So they were like, man, we're on Skateland, man. You guys ain't going to come here no more. Well, yeah, you guys threatened us. Oh, no, it won't happen again. It won't happen again. It's all good. I talked to the fellas and everybody has an understanding. So that's why we ended up going back to Skateland. But yeah, it was crazy in the 80s, bro. No joke.
Oh, shit.
No joke.
We got Crazy Maine up in here asking the table, if you could choose between these two, would you pick Baskin Robbins or Dairy Queen? What's your favorite?
Probably Baskin
I'm
Robbins.
going Baskin Robbins, too.
Baskin Robbins, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
See, I'm gonna see different things for different things.
He likes
Ice
the soft
cream.
serve.
Thank you. See, B knows me well. The soft serve at Dairy Queen is bomb, but Baskin Robbins is some shit too. But I like them for different reasons.
I'm be honest with you, I don't know if I've even been to Dairy Queen, so I can't really, but I just
do
like
a
Baskin
soft-
Robbins. Yeah.
I've been to both. I like Dairy Queen, but I like Baskin Robbins. They got too many flavors, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
And we got Panda up in here saying Trace's pimp name should be Cola.
Cola. Nice.
Funny? Not funny at all. Hardy har har har. Hardy har.
It could be Cola Coke.
Get my cola, bitch.
Get my cola, bitch.
Okay. And I'm
Grab my cola.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
And we got Treat Yourself up in here saying, what a beautiful blessing you guys had hanging out with Cheech and Chong. I can't wait to take my kid to Cheech's Museum up in the IE.
Yeah, do it. Salute to Cheech.
We got Alex up in here saying, my mom just bought me a Tier 2 membership to Be Real TV.
Hey.
And he's saying, I love you, Mom, and thanks for the membership.
Thanks, Mom.
See, that's those cool parents you were talking about right there.
My father would have been like, what? Tier 2 to what?
Tier 2 ass beating.
It's like, fuck out of here.
Parents were different back then, bro. It was more strict, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. These people got away with a few things, but parents were strict back then, man.
Yeah.
Not like today. Nowadays, parents are not as strict as they used to be.
They're more open-minded.
Yeah, a little more minded, a little
Just-
more loose, a little more loose.
End up in court.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
too. But I mean, more people are open to talking to their kids these days than our parents were. Our parents didn't want to really deal with it. Sometimes some of them did, yeah, of course, but not all of them, because they didn't know how to deal with it themselves.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Depending on their upbringing and that type of thing.
And we got Fernando up in here saying, what I learned from watching Cops is to be honest. They're always going to find the weed.
Yeah, most of the time they're gonna
true.
find the weed. Sometimes they're not.
Nah, you don't want to be honest all the time. Sometimes you got to.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Believe me, there was many times I was like trashed and have you been drinking? Hell no. And all right, just I'm like, if I would, I'm not gonna be like, yeah. Like,
That happened to me once too, man. I was leaving the Rainbow. One night with B-Roll. I think it was B-Roll's birthday or something. I forgot. But I had a half ounce with me, and I had just got this new car, and then I have the plates, and I was faded. That's the last time I drank. I was drinking and driving. That was the last time I ever did that because I got away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy let me go, but I had to go back into right when he pulled up. I'm like, man, I had to think like I was in Compton. I'm dealing with I just have to think like, you sober up, dog. Like just and I was lucky to get through that, man.
I had a cop stick his head in my window, like he wanted to smell what was going on. Yeah, if he smelled alcohol or weed or something.
Yeah.
Thank
Back
God.
in the days, we were always trying to bullshit them. You know what I mean? Because it meant, we get busted back then, and it was a.
Southgate cops weren't nice either, bro.
No, they weren't.
They were
yeah.
not cool
No,
back
they
in the
weren't.
days, bro.
And you know what was a trip back in the day, and I'll do this quick because we got to get into the next one. When we would get pulled over in other places that weren't necessarily roughneck style, it would be funny because we'd put our hands up to the roof, out the window, take the keys out of the ignition and put it on the hood. And when they would come up to us, hey, where did you learn this stuff from?
What are you doing?
Well, that's what we do where
yeah.
we come from. That's what the police make us do. Hands out the window, keys on top of the hood so that they know you're not reaching for nothing and you can't drive
Take
off.
off, yeah, man.
That's what sheriffs do and LAPD do in some of the neighborhoods and stuff like that. And he goes, Jesus Christ. It's really like that
I'm
down
gonna tell you,
there. Like, yes,
the
it
light
is.
was out.
Sen and I did it in Beverly Hills.
They trip when you do that. They're
Hands
like,
out the window and
hey,
the keys.
Hey, when they see that, they're like, where the fuck are these guys from?
Yeah, for real. Bro.
Yeah.
For real.
I remember I did that to a Beverly Hills cop one time, pulled me over. I was going a little fast. Took the keys out of the ignition, put the shit on top along with my license, hand out the window. He was like, hey, buddy, why are you doing all this?
Settle down.
Like, that's what I'm used to. Sheriffs do that to us all the time. He goes, you guys don't know this?
Yeah,
Like,
for real, man.
Well, so why do they do that? I'm like, well, so that no one's reaching for a gun or, trying to run off. And he goes, really?
He's blown away.
Like, you don't know this.
Yeah, they don't do that in Beverly Hills. That's crazy.
He goes, and he goes, that's interesting. I'm like, ain't it?
I'm gonna tell my.
Now, what the fuck did you pull me over for again?
God damn it.
Next.
We got Raven up in here saying, I'll never forget back in the good old stick cam days, I cammed up, but I didn't know I cammed up in Julio G's spot, and Be Real quickly kicked my ass off the cam and said, that's Julio G's spot.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I remember that. I remember stick cam, too.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We got a Ruthless up in here saying, yo, this is the hottest podcast ever. Much love tuning in all the way from Tampa Bay, Florida.
That's right, Tampa Bay.
And we got Marbell up in here saying, Colton, if I see you wearing red, I'm throwing a book at you with big R words in it.
Oh.
He's saying, shout out to Greenspan.
Arriba!
And he's also saying, Colton is that one dude that thinks bell peppers are spicy.
Spicy.
And he's saying, what's up, Real Chill, Les, Brosha, Trace, THC, not Colton, and Sen. What was your nickname before Sen Dog?
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Bring it,
There
son.
it is. Okay.
They know mine. He just said it right now.
It was Sen Stiff.
Oh, you're cheating us.
What is it?
No, we know.
Oh.
No, you're fucking cheating us. Don't
little-
fucking
a
cheat
little
us.
farther
Asking.
Don't cheat us, asshole.
Who the fuck's asking? Who is this dude asking?
We're all asking now. I'm
My
asking.
stepson.
No.
What is it, B? Come on.
Why are you gonna say it?
He has
Somebody
to
else.
say it. I'm not gonna bust him
Yeah.
out. We're brothers.
It was the one before Sin Stiff. Huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was the one. You know what it was.
I don't remember either.
You know what it was.
I remember if you say it, bro.
Senny Stiff.
No. That was after.
Think Arabic.
Take care.
I don't remember. Sin. I don't remember that one.
My God.
Are you guys all waiting on me?
I remember.
Yeah, we're fucking waiting on you.
Dude.
I remember Mello was Ace Cool. Wasn't he
That's
Ace
right.
Cool at one point?
Nah, that was after.
That was
He had
was-
another
yeah.
name.
Oh, he had another name before that.
Okay. All right.
Come on, Senny.
Give it up, Sam. What was
Yeah,
it, man?
come on, man.
It's all right. I was real chill, son.
Don't
Put it
do
on a t-shirt.
I am never gonna come back here again. I don't like this line of questioning.
Oh man.
Nah.
You ain't gonna, Listen, you gonna stick with
not
Stiff.
even close.
Sin Stiff. Oh, that was it.
Nah.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the stiff one.
Stiffy.
It's all good, man.
Oh man, I can't.
I think that whoever the fuck is asking knows the answer already, so you might just want to say it.
Oh man.
I'm trying to remember Sin. Damn,
Yo, B, what was it?
Bring it.
Oh man, I'm not gonna bust him out. He's got to be the one to say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I'll bust them out. Tune in.
We're
next
wasting
week.
time
I'll
here.
find out next week.
We're wasting
Tune
our
in.
time.
Tune in next week.
We'll
Yeah,
come back with it. We'll come back with it, huh?
yeah. Not at this time. I plead the fifth. I don't know.
All right, moving on.
And we got a Cease up in here saying, on my way to the Dodgers game, an early birthday gift from the wifey, and it's the Day of the Dead jersey promotion day.
All right.
Dale. Good one.
Awesome.
Hey, Sendog, they brought up Greenspan earlier. I was going to ask you, did they put out their own Pendletons now?
No, they did a collaboration with Pendleton and,
okay.
Greenspan. And,
Did you get one?
Yeah, we rode through there last week. Tracy and I, we both picked one up. And it's pretty tight. It's tight, man. It's a dope-looking shirt. But it's to celebrate their 95th year of being in business.
Wow.
So
they've been in Southgate that whole time, huh? Or
yeah. Before that, they were like I think in Watts or something like that, and then they moved to Southgate. But since 1928, they've been doing a thing.
Yeah,
they've been around a long time.
Yeah, they've been around.
Yeah, Boardwalk Empire times.
Yep.
Hell yeah. I love Greenspan.
And they got all that stuff back there.
Yeah, they got everything there, bro.
That's me.
Yeah, if you want a flash
Damn,
from the
that's
past.
tight.
Oh, that's it right there?
No, that's
this is
just
an
one
older
that I
photo.
got. That's from a while back.
All right.
Those are nice, man.
Big up to Josh and Evan and Greenspan.
Yeah, I fuck with Evan.
And we got a Karina up in here, and Karina's saying, what up, fam? Franco has a job coming up in Vegas. He's going to hit you up, Trace. He's got no dietary restrictions, and peace to the fam, and thanks for a great show.
All right.
That's a food joke. I get it.
He's going to chef it up for you.
Yeah, and see.
Trace going to Chef Trace.
Yeah, man, I'll whip it up. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Easy Michelin Trace.
And next up in here, we got Marbell saying, come on now, send stiff.
Fuck you.
I was waiting for that one.
Oh, man.
I knew that was going to happen, yeah.
And the last one so far, we got Hybrid Cypher up in here saying, never confess, and shout to Sendog, B, Les, and Trace.
Yeah.
Word up.
He said, keep it under your hat, B. By all means.
That's funny.
Word up. Thank you for your interactions with us within the asylum, man. They're everything, and we appreciate you for those interactions, man. All the love and support you show us. It's everything. Thank you very much. Man, we're going to be off to Colombia.
Colombia,
For
huh?
a show, yeah.
Ooh, man.
Going back over there.
Man, I had a great time when I went over there, man.
We finna rip it.
Bogota.
Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah, man.
Do some coke.
Was that the place when they didn't have the handrail thing?
Yeah, that was the place,
It
yeah.
was a little sketchy here. And
That was ugly, man.
Puro.
Yeah, man.
Es puro. Yeah.
Definitely.
I had this driver. We were coming back from a party, and I had this driver. He just did some coke right in front of me like nothing.
Yeah, everybody. That's
It's
normal
like
out
all
there.
over the place over there.
Everybody, chicks, whoever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The young kids, they'll pull out
He's
little
just
bags.
Boom.
I saw a thing this
Yeah.
year for the first time. It's going to be the largest, not obviously legal, but export from Colombia now is cocaine.
Yeah.
Period.
They'll do some coke and then smoke a joint.
It's their number one export, period.
What's that?
Cocaine.
Okay.
In Colombia.
Wow.
Of course.
They had this pink thing back then.
Yeah, when we went.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was trippy.
Mm.
I didn't try none of that, but I just seen it.
It wasn't coke. It was something
It was
different.
something else,
but
yeah.
that was the new
Heroin.
drug the younger folks were doing now.
Yeah.
They weren't doing coke anymore. They were doing this pink shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But what they were doing to tourists, like if you were a dude at a bar, two chicks would approach you, one would talk to you, and the other one would blow this powder in your face. Before you know it, they took everything.
You're done.
Or you're leaving with them.
Or you're leaving with them and they're taking everything. Nah,
Wow.
dudes were getting robbed like this. Even dudes that lived there. There was this one homie that was like, he went to a bar. Same thing happened to him. Next thing you know, he's at his apartment while a chick called like a couple dudes to come take out whatever was valuable in his crib, and he's just sitting there on the couch watching it. Like, that's how faded he was. He could not do anything
Wow.
about it.
Damn, that's crazy.
You got to watch out when you go to the bars down there.
Last tour we were down in South America with Cyprus. It was like when we were in Chile. It was right out of Narcos, man. Some of the dirt streets you're going down and stuff, and you go to restaurants and they'll close a big steel door down with a dude with a machine gun standing there at the door. it's you realize you're not in Kansas anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's it's a different world out there in the world. You know what I mean? And when you go to South America, you really get a taste of that.
It's cool, but parts of it is aggressive.
Right. I love it. I love South America.
Me too.
It's I fell in love. I mean, I love the whole thing.
I went to Colombia in 1990 with Mellow Man Ace, and this is when Mentirosa had blown up, and there were dudes with AK-47s like in front of the hotel. It was pretty crazy, right? So we walked down the street for some reason to grab something, and when we came back, the guy tells us, "Hey, did you guys in Spanish? Hey, did you guys walk down the street?" I said, "Hey man, don't do that, because you're famous here, bro. They'll kidnap your ass, man."
Right. It's wild.
We were like, "Really?" Like, we were kids. We were like 21. Y'all was 21. You know what I mean? I was a youngster. I was like, we were like, "Really, bro? Oh man, okay. Sorry about that, man. Just stay in the hotel, man."
That's
Colombia was different at the time, though. That's why.
That's the type of shit that's going on in Haiti right now. They're telling every American to get out.
Yeah, Haiti's correct.
Because they are kidnapping folks left and right to get ransom.
The gangs took over, basically.
Yeah. The stability right now is not there.
Not good, no.
That's crazy when you think about it. It's like
You see what happened in Italy? They had all these Africans that just showed up at this island.
Oh yes, I did see that.
Overwhelmed them.
Yeah.
There were like 5,000 people on the island. Like
Refugees showed up.
Yeah,
they had nowhere to go, and they pulled up on
them, bro.
Right.
And now they're all just going crazy over there.
Right.
Yeah, we're having some things going on in the world. So
yes, everywhere. It's not just here.
No, it's not just here.
And that's the thing. Our news doesn't talk about it.
No.
But it's like, you got to watch the world news from different places to find that out. Like that it's actually a thing happening everywhere.
A lot of future black Italians.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And our border's not doing very well either. It's a lot going on our border, man. It's a lot of people getting in here now. So, and people keep trying to always say it's all Mexicans. And it's not just Mexicans, bro. You got people from everywhere.
Everywhere,
China, Africa. I mean, it's everywhere. It's just a whole mob of people that just coming in. That border is basically open at this point.
Yeah.
You never see out here. You know.
New York too. They're having problems with.
New York, they're
immigrants.
losing it. They're losing it over
there.
there.
They're overcrowded.
Yeah, they're overcrowded.
Yeah, they're just people everywhere.
But see, this is what happens.
How about this? Is it as bad as it is over here? They still want to come here as opposed to be where they're at.
For sure. For sure.
The weather.
You know what I mean?
That's why don't believe the hype when they tell you this country's this country's that. Like everybody
wants
to be here.
I'd rather be homeless out here in the nice weather than in that cold snow.
Yeah, but that's not why they're coming over here, man. They're coming over here because they think they can catch an opportunity here that they can't get.
Oh, for sure.
From where they're coming from.
Sure.
Yeah, the weather.
Quality of life.
The weather. The weather opportunity.
All right, you go ahead and stick with that. If that makes sense to you, you go ahead and stick with that. But yeah, I mean, but everywhere's getting hit. Yeah. I mean, like with France, they were dealing with that type of thing too some years back.
Oh, some years ago, yeah. They've been dealing with that, yeah.
Yeah.
And also Sweden and a bunch of places.
It ain't getting any better anywhere else. That's why everybody wants to come here.
Yeah. True.
And if not here, they'll go to Australia or Canada or, other places like that. At least that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I seen New York. They were going through it in New York. But the problem they have in New York is they call themselves a sanctuary city. So it's like you can't just be calling yourself a sanctuary city. And then when they show up, then you're like complaining about it. It's like,
yeah, but showing up is one thing. Getting like bussed here from another state, like against your will, is a whole different thing.
Well, I don't know if it's against their will.
Well,
but,
yeah, the Texas governor sent 12 buses over here.
Right, but then
that's not.
But they send them because you're a sanctuary state, and they're not. So they're like, you want them? There you go. You got to put them over there.
That's not a reason. That's not a reason. That's not for him to make that call on our state. Hell no. There's no way I agree with that. I mean, I get what you're saying, but for our governor, who I'm not really cool with.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
For him to allow this other governor to send 12 buses down here is crazy. I mean, yeah, we're going to take them and we're going to house them and we're going to feed them. We're going to try to find places for them. But, like, he just keeps allowing that, so they keep sending them. You know what I mean? And he ain't doing nothing about it. And that's crazy because they're allowing these other places. I mean, before you know it, what if 5 other states decide to do this, which they are.
They are.
You just don't hear about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And before you know it, our state is crazy overpopulated.
And the thing about it is, it's a little bit shit at the end of the day because what it is, it's mudslinging between the two of them. Oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to send 10 busloads of folks to your front door.
Yeah, but the Texas governor is really showing him.
For sure.
Because, like, we're still getting those, them bust here.
Chicago, too.
And we got to deal with our homeless problem here, and now we're dealing with that. So it's like,
it's crazy, bro.
Who's getting the best of who here?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, anyway, that's going to do it for us. Check out the Mix Show right after this show. _RealTV on Twitch. Follow us. Subscribe. Like us. Do all those things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's how we do. And salute to all y'all. And, yeah, sometimes we should do another hour of the show. It would be,
It was just about to get deep right there.
Yeah.
I was about to-
real deep.
Yeah, man, it was about to get deep.
Let's
Bring it.
Word up.
Continue.
I was gonna say before we go, can Sendog tell us his nickname?
Come on,
Is
Senny.
Sendog going to give it up?
The drum roll.
Is Sendog going to give it up? I don't know.
At least the first letter, Sen. What did it start with?
It's fuck you for asking.
Oh, all right. That's the name, MC,
MC.
fucking for us. MC fucking for us.
It's gonna take maybe another show or two. Maybe I'll give it up.
All right, I'll find out.
Could
How
they
about that?
guess it?
All right.
If you gave them a couple hints, could they guess it?
Could they Google that?
Oh, well, next show
There's
maybe
somewhere
we'll
in
talk
the
about that.
world.
Next
Somewhere
week
in
we'll
the
talk
Google
about
world.
that.
In Wikipedia, maybe.
Yeah.
MC Brosha.
No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
No.
I know what it is. I'm just fronting.
I know
but
you
I'm
do.
not going to bust you out.
I don't remember. I remember it was a name, but I just can't remember. I remember Sen Stiff. From there, I remember.
I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to make
I'll make a few
All
phone
right.
calls, see what you do.
Okay, I'll give out a first hint about it, all right?
Okay, bust it.
Think New York Giants football 1982 or 3 roster. We can start there.
All right, cool. I'll
Yeah,
look it
there.
up.
Ain't nobody gonna get that one, but that's a big
That's a hint.
Well,
Huh?
big one.
there could be a second part to this, though.
There could be, yeah.
No. I'm talking about hint.
No, well, maybe
That's
not.
because it's a 2-part deal. It's a 2-part deal. The where you got your name from.
Okay,
is 2 things.
second part would be number 6.
Number 6. The hell is
Second
number
part.
6?
Second part. That's a hint.
I know what this.
What was Sen's
I know what
name
the
back
damn name means, and I don't see how a 6 is relevant to that.
Because maybe you don't know where I got the name from.
Oh, I don't
You just
remember,
know the
bro.
name.
No.
All right, we could have done this the easy way.
I know the player on the team. I know who that is, but you're misconstruing what I'm saying here.
Proceed.
Bring it.
There's that name with another name, and they both go together.
Damn, Sen, I'm trying to remember.
Oh, well, it's 4. Looks like we're out of time, folks.
Looks like we're out of time. We'll see you in
4
about
minutes to go. See you next time.
Julio G, you got shout out.
Shout out to everybody tuned in, man. I'm a LA Kush fan, man, and everybody just checking us out, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah.
Word up. Shout out everybody on the check hanging out. Shout out to the crew. Got the new Martha t-shirts, the psycholessshop.com.
Oh.
And get ready for the mix.
Shout to the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Ray Morning Shot Film. Shout out to the Dominator. And Marbell is also saying in the super chat, send dog, I'm going to Southgate tomorrow. I'm sure he's real scared, Marbell. What's up, Trace?
Big shout out to everybody sitting around the table. Always fun to come in here on a Tuesday afternoon. Julio, good to have you back.
Thank you, man.
I'll be checking out the mix coming up after the show, so make sure you guys are tuned in for that. Funky Drop on Friday, and Cypress Hill this weekend in Colombia. If you're down that way or happen to be in the neighborhood, come on by.
Hijo de puta.
Yeah.
Shout out to the National League champions, Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yes.
Shutting down who? The San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres. Yeah. Go LA. Here we go, baby. Here we go all the way. Yeah.
Let's go.
What he said.
What a-
Swallow that.
TV.